Cheers.
Cheers.
What's up?
Cheers. What's up, y'all?
Ducky Daddy.
Ducky Daddy back. Welcome back.
To the podcast. Yeah,
Thanks,
welcome
guys.
back.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be
the
back.
AI DJ, man. It's pretty cool. I like it.
On Spotify?
Yeah.
The AI DJ.
Do you have Spotify?
I have Spotify, but I haven't used it in a while.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
Could be a sponsor.
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
No, ever since I moved in with Danny, he's been paying for YouTube Premium, so now I listen
shout
to
out
YouTube
Libs.
music.
Shout out to Libs.
Shout out,
Downstairs
hubby.
with the Neil Breen. Fucking Neil Breen.
We thought he was falling asleep before we came over, and I was like, "You can't fall asleep. We gotta go. We gotta go." And he's like, "Nuh-uh, Neil Breen is waiting on me." First of all, Heather's waiting on you.
No,
Second of all,
One time, me and Heather, everybody was over, or Sean and Heather were over at the house,
yeah.
and we were drinking like we do, and Sean had already passed out. It's like fucking 1 a.m. Sean's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking over this shit. I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna get my 8 hours."
Yeah.
So he goes to sleep, and then I think it was like my mom was in there, Hayden was in there, and we kept going through the damn ingredients for a 7-layer dip. And every time we'd get the refried beans, somehow one of us had refried beans, and we kept laughing because that was like right when we found out about Neil Breen. Neil Breen's like a shitty B-rated action film guy. If you guys didn't know, you probably didn't.
Yeah, definitely.
You probably didn't.
Yeah,
Cinematic masterpiece.
But holy shit, it was so stupid. It's one of those things like it's not funny at all.
I disagree. The stupidity in itself is commendable, and the fact that this guy takes himself so seriously is also
that's true.
is also what gets me.
What's your favorite like shitty film like that? Because I guarantee you've seen more than any of us in this room.
Honestly, I have not. I just got into it with Danny and stuff like
Right.
that, but recently Danny and I watched Blackula. And I gotta say,
We watched it. We came over and they watched it again with us.
Is it good?
yeah, for my
It's
birthday.
amazing.
It's worth a watch. Okay.
It's so
So
you can skip through some of the needless, pointless dialogue.
yeah.
But dude, some of the scenes are so goofy, man.
It was my 30th birthday, and so they came out, had dinner
Happy
with us
birthday.
and stuff. Thank you, appreciate it. I do not like being 30, and I
Doity.
Doity thoity.
Doity
join the
toity.
club.
Hoity
We're here.
toity.
I got so inebriated that I was like, I'm just gonna chill out on the couch, and I passed the fuck out while they watched Blackula.
I want to be the first person to pass out on that
that's
couch.
right.
I passed.
I want to be the first person to pass out on that couch. Shout out Noah. Cheers.
Cheers, Noah.
Cheers, guys.
Blackula.
It's good to be here.
It's good to fucking be
It's so
here.
good to be here.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Are we gonna have the cheers counter this time?
All right. Every time we cheers,
What episode was that on?
the cheers
The
counter.
one with me.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I think
Holy
it was.
shit.
We cheers
Yeah.
like 13 times before it ended.
Fuck.
That was 1, 2.
That was two. That was two.
Okay.
Yeah, we started off.
Interesting.
So you got a little motion sickness in the VR game?
Yeah, the fucking VR game at Dave and Buster's, dude. I was like, yeah, let's do this, and like I hop on and I'm like, I'm putting the headset on. It's Top Gun, the Maverick Top Gun or whatever, and I'm like looking around, like, holy shit, the Oculus is gonna be better than this. This is just some cheap ass arcade game. We've all seen the graphics in the arcades. You know,
Right.
they're pretty
Standard,
standard
right?
or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, damn, I might be getting an Oculus after this. This is pretty fucking cool, or whatever.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
It
I was
looks
like,
really fun.
oh, that's pretty. This is pretty cool.
Do you ever seen Beat Saber?
And yeah, it starts going. I'm like, damn. I'm like, am I really like? Why am I starting to beat up sweat? I'm like, am I getting into this or something? It's like, all right, this is pretty hoiky joiky.
It's intense.
Yeah,
Is that the one that moves you around and shit?
yeah, in the
Okay.
chair.
That's
And
probably
dude, I
what
was
made it.
like,
Because I feel like you're actually doing
I was
it.
like, oh my god.
Could you imagine what it'd be like to actually be in the fucking fighter plane? The first time?
God, yeah.
I'd rather not. I'm
Could you
scared.
imagine what it was like if you could take somebody from like the fucking 1100s and put them in a fighter jet?
Oh my god, they throw up.
Oh
instantly.
yeah, they'd be bad.
Well, I guess it's no different from any of us being in a fighter jet.
I mean, you put them in a car.
Yeah, a car. Oh yeah.
What was it? What was the movie? Was it Year One? Whenever they get in the back of the wagon, it's Michael Cera and Jack Black, and they get in the back of the wagon. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna be sick."
Dude, I've never been a fan of that.
That's not
movie.
good. Yeah.
I remember bits and pieces of it. It's one that I've seen, and it's just like I was there for that, but I don't remember a whole lot of it.
I don't either. But Blackula, yeah,
Fucking
amazing.
Blackula, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
It-
I enjoyed that one.
I remember Danny going, "No, you have to sit down and watch this."
No,
And
you
I was
have
like,
to.
And like we said last time, I'm not that much of a movie person. Like I really have to be in the mood. And I was not in the mood for a movie. And Danny put it on. He's like, no. We're watching this.
That's me sometimes with Gabby. She's not a movie person either.
And then he was like, I will skip over some parts. And then it ended up being him rewinding it just to watch it again because he was laughing so hard. And I was
Danny.
just there for it.
I love Danny so much.
What makes you not like movies as much as
I
shows
can't.
or
So
whatever?
when I was younger, I could watch movies and stuff like that. Now that I'm older, I don't have the attention span for it. So I think going on TikTok and YouTube Shorts really fucked
That's
with
what I was
me.
about to say. Do you
I
have
think it
Vine.
fucked with everybody.
everybody? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why we're seeing. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Vine too, because like
Oh, yeah,
it's,
the
Vine
Vine.
started it.
I get
I
for the
started
Vine.
it all.
oh yeah, I get all the
good.
content that I need, and then I can move on to the next thing. Because I mean, like there were some people on Vine that like told whole ass stories in 6 seconds,
Yeah.
and then there are people on TikTok that have like an entire storyline in however long they do a TikTok, and then it just moves to YouTube Shorts,
Part 2,
or
Part 3,
Instagram
Part 4,
Reels.
Part
Yeah.
5. They have whole movies on TikTok now.
Really?
They'll do it in parts.
Bro,
I
they,
don't have a TikTok, so I don't know.
They do it on YouTube Shorts too.
insane.
I've been getting clips of young Sheldon, and I'm like, why?
I guess I gotta watch it. Like, no, I don't. But
No, I
that's what I do
don't.
about some movies. I'm
It's
like,
so easy
damn.
to just get caught watching those like 10-second videos goes and they're
know-
all high view videos, so like they're gonna be bizarre in some way.
Oh,
You know?
Do y'all remember Musically?
Yes, I do.
What the fuck is Musically?
Oh god, it's so
Musically
cringe.
was right before TikTok.
Think about all the cringe shit from TikTok, and it's more cringe than that. And that's all it was.
Oh, okay, give me an example.
Like, you know, whenever people do like the stupid fucking shitty fucking dances.
Yeah, with the songs.
That's
yeah.
Musically.
Yeah.
That's all Musically was.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But it was like old dudes and like young kids.
really?
It was
Yeah.
so cringe.
There's something about
There was no
that's-
there was no influencers. It was just cringe people on Musically.
That's what kind of kept me away from downloading TikTok, because I used to always find it in like Facebook or like ads and shit, and it was always young girls dancing, and I'm like, this is not for me.
I will say, when I was on TikTok, it was very.
It started
catered.
like that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
started like that.
that's
but
what
it
it came from Musically.
Yeah. But their algorithm was really crazy because
so
like you click on certain videos and stuff like that, and it like caters to you
Yeah.
to the point where it
The
was
fucking
like,
algorithm.
oh, that algorithm is so crazy because I'm like, I remember having a conversation like, oh yeah, did you see that one TikTok about this very specific thing that's like catered to my interests and stuff like that? And they're like, no, I'm on this side of TikTok. And then it completely different avenues. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, different
It was
algorithms
awful.
are always really strange.
My TikTok is just straight food and sports.
Really?
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
nice.
good.
That's real nice.
Mine was D&D stuff.
D&D.
As it should be. As it should be.
It was nothing but D&D stuff.
I did have some Overwatch and
people
RuneScape stuff, too.
cosplaying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was the what I call the cringy D-list actors that acted
Oh,
everything
the
out on
D-list,
their own.
damn.
You know exactly what
Yes,
I'm talking
I
about
do.
too.
Holy
The
shit.
cringy D-list actors?
So it's like POV, you just moved into town and it's like one person like acting all the parts, but you see only the main character, and it's like really awful transitions and it's
It's just TikTok.
Ooh, damn.
It's bad. It's so,
it
I've
makes
really,
Neil Breen look like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh.
I've grown to love the cringe on Instagram.
There's something about the cringe I love. That's why I
No,
love the
you don't
fucking
understand.
Office.
When
Oh,
I say
no,
cringe,
it's-
I mean like cringe.
It
Like it hurts.
I've seen some cringy shit.
what
really
you
wanna give
should
you an
do
example right
what
now.
you should do is find videos of like Cringetopia, I think it's called, on YouTube. There's a couple of Twitch streamers that do you cringe you drink or you cringe you smoke, and I gotta tell you, man, it's awful. It's awful.
Okay,
Man, I got really drunk. I got really drunk.
I got really drunk.
No, it's
My
like,
kidneys and liver hate me every time I put on those videos. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Say
Dude,
for a
it's-
while.
I love the cringe shit, man. I can't stop sending it to people because I know it makes them very uncomfortable and it makes me so happy. Like the most cringe shit, dude. Like,
So is it just seeing people's reactions that you enjoy
oh
more
no,
than
I
anything?
enjoy the cringe shit.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
so funny.
Like
so
what?
funny
Is
to
there like
me.
I feel like there's a
I'll just-
video that comes to mind.
No, there's. It's just cycling through my head right now.
Okay.
All the videos that. Can
Okay.
be
Yeah, you're gonna have to
possible,
pull one up because
that are possible.
man.
Dude, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, Danny showed me a video. He had to show it to you of this guy. It was like this guy had like 100, like 200 subscribers, and like was getting.
Oh, with the GameCube and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny was showing
That
me
is the weirdest thing.
Danny got a notification today about a new video he posted, and I started laughing. I was like, I thought you hated this guy, and Danny's like, I'm subscribed to him.
Yeah,
Of course.
He's just like
And shit like this.
okay, yeah. I drink to that. One.
Yeah.
All right, go to the next
God.
one.
Oh God.
All
Dude.
right, all right.
Do you guys do you guys know about Nikocado?
Oh man, he was so skinny.
God, he was
God.
so thin. He was like half of you.
Are they
dude.
trying to be
He was
cringy?
Crazy.
No, they're trying to be serious.
The pizza guy seemed like he might not have been.
No, he's just already made that brand for himself.
Yeah.
These are all people trying to be serious. It actually makes you like hurt inside. Like you want to fight.
I gotta take some deep breaths. I
So
feel like
bad.
my like chest getting tight a little bit.
It's so cringe, dude.
God.
So I love sending that to people because I know they can't deal with it like I can now. That's all I want. My entire Instagram algorithm is that now,
Oh, God.
and it makes you so happy. I just did like 30 of them in a row.
What the fuck?
So I've got our buddy Jeremiah like watching those now, and he loves them. He like it's like so funny, and now he can start to like reenact them. He can do his really good voice acting. So he can do all those
Oh, God.
through the mic. It's so funny.
So you like those cringe videos too?
I like watching people react to them.
Oh, okay.
honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's-
like
yeah.
the cringe you drink videos are my favorite because
Watched.
then it's
bad.
the commentary of like I have to process what the fuck I just watched.
That's so funny.
And that's more funny to me than the actual cringe shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, how many views is that shit getting?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
probably not many.
Well-
but there are pages that find that stuff, like Christina Pajitsky and her TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You ever listened to Your Mom's House?
Yes.
Did we talk about that last time we were on here? I can't
don't
remember.
We've had so
I
many
don't
episodes,
believe
dude.
so.
Great fucking podcast.
This
Yeah,
is fucking
Danny,
episode 47.
Danny showed it to me. I haven't listened to very much of it, but he's shown me clips. A lot of it is Danny going, Kayla, you have to listen to this, and then he makes me listen to it. I'm not gonna lie to
Do you get like a little pissed when you hear that because you're like, this is gonna be something I don't want to see?
Yeah.
you. No, because I end up enjoying what he shows me, but there are times of the day where I'm like, I want to shut down my brain and watch mindless shit.
Yeah, but Bobby knows best.
Bobby knows
Bobby
best.
knows best.
Bobby knows best. Shout out to Bobby.
Man, we watched Tropic Thunder last night.
So I can put it back in. His guts are coming out.
You ever seen that? That's
So
so
good.
good. Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. That's some bold shit.
Yeah, it is.
Holy fuck. And he
Yeah.
goes, whenever the other black dude says the N-word, he goes, shut the fuck up. It's like, that word's been putting our people down for years. And the dude's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's actually doing this right now?
He said, I don't quit character until I finish reading the back of the DVD or whatever. Or the voiceovers on the DVD. Like, he doesn't leave character until everything is fucking completed.
Oh, it's so good. He goes, that word's been putting our people down. It's like, dude, it's fucking Robert Downey Jr. saying that. What the fuck?
But, dude,
It's so
fucking
classic.
hilarious.
And then fucking Jack Black's character is so good, too.
Yeah.
He
Simple
takes
Jack.
The,
Simple Jack. You remember
oh,
Simple Jack?
so good.
Oh god.
That's such a controversial movie, honestly.
It is.
I mean, when it came out, no one really
No.
batted an eye about it.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny.
It was. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
And then the Tom Cruise cameo.
With the big hands. Why is his hand so big?
Are his hands not that big normally?
I don't know. I think they seem a little puffed up. I don't know. They're like massive. He's got like these massive fucking like hairy ass hands.
Oh, yeah. I guess they were really hairy. I do remember
Yeah.
that.
Wasn't he wearing a fat suit?
Yeah.
He might have
Yeah.
been.
He was
So
wearing
that's
a
pro-
fat
so it's
suit.
probably
yeah,
what it
That's
was.
right.
And
That's
he's
right.
like, I will, what does he say? I'll skull fuck you. Or whatever. It's like so ridiculous.
Bombs over Baghdad. I will fuck your face.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Damn.
It's so ridiculous. How's the Liquid Death?
not a sponsor. The mango chainsaw. I mean, you got to try it, right?
Is it good?
Mango, yes, it's really good. I've
really
enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I caught a buzz off one of those last episode.
No.
You
You didn't.
because I was just used to being
Probably from the agave nectar, but
just used to drinking on the podcast and
Agave
like
nectar.
with it being
yeah, I think it has agave nectar in it.
with it being sparkling and like tasting good, like almost kind of like gives me like remnants of an IPA. It's like the placebo, like a placebo buzz. I got one.
Placebo buzz. Let us know in the comment section if you think placebo buzz is a real thing.
I think it is, man. I swear I got a buzz off
Okay,
this shit.
wait a minute. Are you telling me that you did not have an experience as a child where someone's like, root beer is actual beer, and then you're drinking it and you feel like you're drunk because you've seen adults around you get drunk off of
I
beer?
don't think I ever had that.
I don't think I did either. We just got real beer.
Well, you know what? I didn't get real beer like that. So
no, we didn't either. We didn't either.
I know.
No, apparently there's a story where I was Gremlin 2's age, which is about 8 years old, and my grandfather came to my mom's house. You remember my papa, big hat, spurs, and shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
So,
his Spurs was badass.
that was fucking sick.
I was like, damn, I should go home and get my Spurs. So I can tell people I don't even have Spurs.
Papa used to be a very heavy alcoholic, right? To the point where he's a completely different man because he had a diabetic stroke. And they were like, listen, you got to stop. But at the point he didn't stop, he carried around Big Red Chewing Tobacco and Milwaukee's Best everywhere with
Milwaukee's
him.
Best. It was
Everywhere.
so cheap.
And not only did he carry it everywhere, he carried it in his truck everywhere. This man was driving drunk my entire childhood. Comes over to my mom's house and I see the can and
Do it in the
pardon
mic.
me. No,
Do it
I
in the
will
mic.
not.
Let us hear it.
My papa like walks off and I see the can and I assume it's soda. And I grab it and I get 3 swigs in before my mom is like, absolutely not, and then takes it from me.
Oh shit.
And then I see the Big Red Chew. And I took some of that because I thought it was the Big League Chew Gum.
Oh,
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same package.
Oh, you threw up, didn't you?
I did. It was awful. It
Nah,
was
never taken
actually,
off
no, I
it.
didn't. I had the best time of my life.
Yeah. One hell of a buzz.
I was buzzing like crazy.
I mean,
Oh, man.
if I could only imagine Gremlin 2 getting like that.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, the first time I remember, Dad came in and he was drinking some Jack Daniels, and I was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Let me have some.
And yeah, I was like,
It's
let
like,
me try
all
it.
right.
And he gave me like a little sip of the cap. I was like, oh my god.
So gross.
Oh man.
And now we drink that shit. So good.
Yeah, I've been on the tail end. I haven't been drinking like I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been dialing
He'll
back.
come back.
I don't know.
They'll come back around.
I don't know. So your whole algorithm is D&D.
It was when I was on TikTok.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts is not that way. YouTube Shorts is a bunch of random shit. Mostly it's young Sheldon clips. And I remember telling Danny was like, so what's going on in the show? And I could tell him what was going on in the season because I've at least seen enough clips to know what's going on.
I've seen
that many
I've
clips?
seen a lot too of Young Sheldon.
I've seen a good bit of Young Sheldon. I've also
It's
seen
always enjoyable.
the
It's more enjoyable.
Big
than
Bang Theory without the laugh track, or like, without like laugh audience or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but it
It's-
sucks, don't it?
It's weird. It's very weird.
It's
Like,
like Friends without a laugh track. Also sucks.
do you like Friends?
No, not really. I never got into Friends.
I couldn't see you liking Friends.
I can see you liking The
watched-
Office.
I watched. Okay.
You don't like The Office.
I can see her liking it.
I could
We talked about The Office last time, where it was Danny would put it on, and I would be like, I don't want to watch this. Blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Is this the season Jim and Pam get together? No.
Oh, you did.
Then I don't care.
It's like, I remember now, yeah.
But as far as Friends goes, I remember my friend liking it a lot and asked me to come over to hang out with her. And she was like, oh, this is my favorite episode. And it's like the one where Ross is like, we were on a break. And she explained the full thing to me. And I'm like, no, Ross sounds like a fucking asshole. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, And then she's like, oh, yeah, and then these two are cool. And I'm like, these are the only two cool characters. Why else would you watch this fucking shit show?
I feel like it was...
Joey and
like,
Phoebe, by the way.
Friends was trying to be like Seinfeld, but not like a
but
little more
like
modern, like modern
a modern
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Yeah, I can see that.
Seinfeld is so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
God, I barely remember Seinfeld. I do remember Kramer, though.
It was the most
That's
like
it.
it was. I mean,
That's
you
all I
can't
remember.
forget.
I say it was
all I
good, but
remember.
it was really like the most white guy humor, like blue collar
yeah.
white guy.
Yeah, it's Seinfeld's good.
It's
good
good.
show.
Yeah.
I think what
about,
show?
Tim Allen. All his
Oh,
stuff.
Tim the Toolman Taylor. You ever watch that?
Say that one more time.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
What show was that?
That was
I keep thinking
Home
last one
Improvement.
saying
Home Improvement.
Yeah. I
It
remember
was so
that.
I was
fucking good.
thinking.
love
I
Tim
thought
Allen.
for sure a second I thought it was called Tim the Toolman Taylor, but that was
Yeah, that's the show that he was in.
yeah.
No, I remember watching Home Improvement for the
So good. The guy that's like,
Yeah, he's
the
always looking
really-
over the neighbor.
really wise eyes over the fence. No, what's his name? The kid who played as Tim Allen's son.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes, because he was Simba in
what the fuck else is he in?
Lion King.
A lot of shit.
I don't
And
remember.
he was like the sweetheart
I think
of the
I remember
90s.
Mom saying his name the other day.
Yeah, he was in what was in that movie? What was that movie where they were in Alaska? He was out in the wild. I don't remember the name of that one.
What's it about? I mean, I guess
They're kind of like lost out in the woods. I
I can
think.
pull that shit up, Jamie.
What else was JTT in?
JTT, Jesus Christ.
Do you remember? You watched any JTT
okay,
movies?
Yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Or at least I don't think I did.
Yeah. He was like.
If
he
you
was
showed
in
me the
Last Man
movie, I
Standing, too.
probably would know what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
Wild America.
That was it. Yeah, Wild America.
Cool, man.
Cool. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, man. Seinfeld. I thought Seinfeld was pretty good.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle was good.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Shit.
It was something like Malcolm in the Middle was like the show for kids who like were a little different. I feel like
Yep.
people who watched Malcolm in the Middle, they were just a little different.
They're a little bit cooler.
Yeah, a little cooler. Yeah, yeah, a lot cooler.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like you don't watch Malcolm in the Middle, what? Huh?
Malcolm in the Middle is so
It's
cool.
like I don't know if I trust you. You know, you don't watch Malcolm in the Middle.
Bryan Cranston, I think that was like perfect casting for Breaking Bad, because like not only was like because his character development in Breaking Bad was going from the good guy, the teacher, to Heisenberg,
Yeah.
but he didn't go from just that. He went from being Malcolm in the Middle guy. What was his name? Sid in the movie or in the show.
No, I think
wa-
it started with a G or something like
But
that.
yeah, he went from being Malcolm in the Middle dad to Breaking Bad to Heisenberg. You know,
Yeah.
at the beginning of Breaking Bad, and it's like it was a perfect casting.
I think you just have to be a little bit unhinged to be someone that can transform into
Yeah, maybe.
Heisenberg.
What's his name? Vince
Gillian.
Gillian. Yep, that's it. He's so good, dude.
Yeah, he
He's
is
so good.
Better Call Saul. Amazing.
So genius.
Oh,
I still haven't
okay,
finished
that's who
last
that
season.
is.
I still haven't finished last season.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I haven't watched Better Call Saul. I
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I have bits and pieces.
Okay.
So
If
it's
you like
just
Breaking Bad, you'll definitely like Better Call Saul.
You're more into like animes and shit, right?
well, not just animes,
shit.
but I like
I don't know why I said that.
more fantasy sci-fi shows. I
Yeah.
would say like Doctor Who, Star Trek. Danny recently got me into this British show called Misfits, and I'm really liking it right now.
We started watching Jury Duty on Amazon Prime.
Danny wants to watch that really bad.
It
Honestly,
is-
it looks so fucking funny.
It's hilarious.
You know what he compared it to me yesterday?
Huh.
The Office.
It's written by the
Yeah,
same.
it's written by
Of
the same
course.
Written by the same
producers.
people and
course.
set up the same way.
And if I'm not mistaken, only one person isn't in on the joke.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
I
So
have to
Jury
watch
Duty,
it.
they have this guy that they tell like we're going to we're doing a documentary on a jury case and a trial, and
Do it in the mic.
but the trial is actually a fake trial.
Yeah.
And all paid actors. So like, and they just set up all this crazy shit, and this guy thinks it's like legit, and he's just like doing a documentary, and it's just so fucking funny.
I think he
dude.
says in the trailer, this feels like reality TV.
Oh wow, this feels like I'm not really doing this.
Yeah, because all the characters like
So
like
it's
The Office.
It's got to be just one episode, right? Or do they do it all?
I think it's like 6 or
They put out a whole
7.
season. Yeah, they did
because
it
the
all.
jury, like, they have to. What do they call it when like they take your phone, all your like tablets and shit, and put you in a hotel? Because like they can't have you having contact with like outside media.
Oh,
and
yeah.
have being influenced by the media. So like when a case like the OJ case, all those people were up in hotels and had
solitary confinement.
basically.
That's the only thing.
What's it
I
called?
can
What's
think
the
of.
shit?
I don't know. Something
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know, man.
But yeah. So like they're up there for like 2 weeks or something like that, and like even the actors who were like paid to, I don't know, it's very interesting. It's pretty cool. You'll like it.
I haven't started it yet, but it does.
What's it on?
seem
You said
funny.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can get into D&D. I'm more into like the I guess I need visuals with it. That's
Yes.
my thing. Visuals are like props.
Yes. Danny and I were talking about getting into making like the stuff that would go on the table, like the sets and
I
the
remember
figurines.
we were
and stuff.
talking
Sounds like
about
a good
that.
business idea.
We were talking about it, and he's like, well, we're more talking about it than we're actually doing it.
Yeah, that'd be cool one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
And then
next time, that'd be cool one day.
Everything.
the trailer for the Warhammer 40,000 video game, he showed it to me, and he was like, I could get into Warhammer. And I was like, oh, like the actual tabletop, like the role playing and stuff. He's like, no, just the figurines. Because if he's gonna play a tabletop game with me, I'm going all in because I can't get him to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I love it.
Yeah. I think I could like get into it if we had like legit like figurines and like
I do too.
like I'm a 13-year-old kid with like props and like a full on tabletop. Like I could get into
I do
that.
too, for sure.
I haven't played much online recently. Like ever since the wedding, I stopped all of my D&D games. So I'm like, I want to play.
Yeah.
Who wants to play? And like I have a lot of friends like at work that are like, oh yeah, Ducky, I want to play D&D. Show up to my house then. Roll up. I'll get out the Dungeon Master.
Roll up.
I'll get the
That's what
Dungeon
you did there.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
good.
That was
I'll
Roll
get
up.
the Dungeon Master's Guide. I
Damn.
have a bag full of dice, you guys. You
Share-
you can
share
just come
throwing
by
puns.
yourself.
Yeah, he's throwing puns at us. I'll roll up.
Damn.
I'll roll up. What's up?
I'm glad you guys caught it.
Yeah, that's good.
Damn, man. I'll roll up something up. I would really enjoy to do a tabletop when because I'm into it like I said last time, games like Divinity and like those turn-based style
Yes.
games, like those like you need movement points and then
You know what we
action.
need to do? So we need to make like a roulette table, like that kind of shape.
Uh-huh.
Obviously round. But like you have all your people around, but you have your board set up to where it's like a massive fucking board that covers the roulette table and have your props on it.
Oh yeah, dude. So there.
That would be fucking sick.
So do you guys know College Humor? Mm-mm. So
Bad man.
Yeah. So College Humor does
good.
think BuzzFeed, but actually funny. Anyways,
So funny.
College Humor has this streaming service called Dropout, and on Dropout they have their own D&D live play thing called Dimension 20. It is my favorite piece of media. Brennan Lee Mulligan, shout out, is a tremendous DM. I don't think you understand. A lot of people like Critical Role because Matt Mercer, he's the voice actor for McCree or Jesse now, I
Wow, you
think it's
just
called.
dead name him. Oh, goodness.
Cassidy.
Cassidy,
The
yeah.
Cassidy Kid.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Cassidy
Listen,
Kid. Shout
I
out
just
everyone.
know-
Shout out Cassidy
I just
Kid.
know
Shout
Matt
out
Mercer, okay?
Matt Mercer.
Anyways, Matt Mercer,
It's high noon. Oh, what a legend.
he's the
So
the
good.
DM for Critical Role and stuff like that, and I like
Is that like
Critical
Rickroll? Is that anything like Rickroll?
No,
Nah.
it's a bunch of voice actors getting together and playing D&D, and they're
Oh, I'm sure that's fucking awesome.
oh, it's
That would be
I'm
fucking
sure that's
amazing.
good.
it's really fun to listen to.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I think you guys would enjoy it. However, it's a lot of lore dumping, right? Like Matt Mercer can go on for 10 minutes about the lore, and I'm like, I cannot handle this. Dimension 20, however, can do a little bit of lore dump and like a bunch of bits that'll like pull you back in to get your attention. But they have this massive table and they have tremendous like sets and like figurines and stuff like that they make for every single season. It's amazing.
Yeah, that would be cool to have like a 3D printer and be able to like print out your own figurines, like your own like
Paint them?
like make bosses, like little kind of design your own like monster.
How much is a 3D printer?
I don't know.
You
Like
probably get one for under $1,000.
That's what I was thinking,
Like a
yeah.
nice one. Like
I
$700
think the one my mom and my stepdad have is like $500 maybe.
yeah, that's what I heard, about 500.
Yeah, the most expensive thing is like the filament or the material that you have
Right.
to feed into it. But to
I
get
thought
one
it was a good
starting
bit- I thought
out,
it's a good opportunity to like actually make some shit. And
Yeah, because the like the tabletop you guys were talking about making
Yes.
had like the
Etsy shop.
75-inch TV under the glass. And you can like do a battlefield or like whatever you wanted underneath
up,
as
yeah.
a finish. Yeah.
but I wonder if it must be different from having like a 3D set on your table,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. I'd rather have a 3D set personally because that would be badass.
Yes.
start making those. Start making them.
But that's
3D
like,
sets
That's a lot of money, right? It's got to be
to make one.
if
I
you
mean,
continue to make them.
Yeah, but
mean-
imagine how much you could like make. I'm talking about making profit off of like selling them.
I mean, you
It's
could
be a
probably-
great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there's probably a
probably
good
do,
market
like-
for an Etsy shop on that.
You probably do like paper mache or some shit to
Yeah.
do like certain settings and then paint it yourself and then just sell it to someone.
I could see
who
you
needs
doing
a-
something
I
like
could
that.
I would love to do something
To
like that.
like have like a D&D shot where she creates like D&D
Yeah.
3D props and like each time like might be a new design,
I
like a
would love
monster or like a new like hero or whatever.
Oh, I would love it. I don't
That's
think
kind
yours-
of that's
I
kind
don't
of where
think
like I'm
yours
trying to
should.
go with like my entrepreneurship. Like I'm trying like in that like state of mind lately where I'm like, oh, this could be a business and that could be a business, you know.
Well, there is a website where you can go and create your own character and stuff like that, and then they'll print you out your mini and paint it if you want them to. It's like an extra cost or whatever.
It was like a figurine, like an actual like 3D.
Yeah,
Okay.
like an actual figurine and stuff like that. I forget the name of the website. I'll probably remind you later if it comes
Sure.
to me. But it is kind of expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the people that I know that play D&D just get the PDF form that is for free of the Dungeon Master's Guide, or they get it from a buddy and
Okay.
stuff like that. It's actually getting to the point where the core books for Dungeons and Dragons is going to get more expensive by next year. So they
So buy now. What are you selling? Are you selling?
And we're back to investing.
either buy it now or download the PDF file.
And you can
Buy
find
it
it
now
on
and sell.
duckydaddyy.com.
Buy 20 of them and sell it. Sell them. It was like Mike. That's like Dwight in the Office buying all the fucking right before Christmas, all the
Yeah,
Barbies.
my horn can pierce the
Yeah.
sky. Yeah.
So ridiculous.
I really think you guys would enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. Heather would enjoy playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
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 It-
Heather
I'm
can't really
surprised-
get into
Does Heather have a Call of Cthulhu shirt? 'Cause I feel like she needs one.
She doesn't, but she would love one.
Okay, that's good to know. It's in the
Yeah.
back of my
So
mind now.
she got me the Call of Cthulhu and other weird tales for my birthday, along with my mushroom bag. Thank you guys, by the
Yeah.
way.
Doity Thorty. Shout out.
Doity Thwaighty. But
Thumbs out.
there is there's a tabletop role playing of Call of Cthulhu, right? And you can take all of the mythos from H.P. Lovecraft and like drive people into insanity, and it's so much fun. I take a lot of pleasure in watching people's heart get broken over their little character that they made. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's pretty cool.
There was one game that I DM'd for, and I put someone in a lot of emotional turmoil because they were a magic user, but they were an illegal magic user. And then it came out that they were like a user and stuff like that. And then their whole family was arrested, and they were like high society type of people and stuff like that.
Whole fucking
And I
build a whole
insane.
life.
and this was like session 1. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I put this guy on the news as public enemy number 1, and his family all got arrested in a single
Understand.
episode.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Oh yeah. And he messaged me after. He goes, "Ducky, that was so much fun." And I was like, "Yeah."
Nice. So
Love
are
it.
you? Do you consider yourself a dungeon master?
You can consider yourself a dungeon master.
Yeah, but
even
do you
if-
like enjoy it and like kind
I
of pride
like-
yourself on like how good? Are you try to get better at
She's
it? Like,
humble. She's the one
She
with the
seems
humble
like
thing.
I
Hello.
like the idea of it, right? I like the idea of telling a story. I like the idea of
Start a
exploring.
podcast.
I might.
But you talk like a dungeon master every time.
I like the idea of storytelling. I like the idea of exploring themes and
back.
stories and stuff like that. However, it's the planning process that I don't like because I put myself in so much stress and then I don't plan anything and I fly at the seat of my pants. That is the secret to every dungeon master. They don't plan anything. They'll tell you that they planned, but they didn't.
What if you just like? Have you ever tried to sit down and like write a whole story?
Oh yeah, the session that I did run, we ended up going like 10 sessions and stuff like that. I should have wrote a book at that point. There was so much that it was like, I might as well write a book
We should
instead
do a cartoon. I start laughing because I was just coming up with another fucking idea that we shouldn't be doing.
I know.
Like, we already got a voice actor right here. We got one.
Yeah,
We could do a fucking cartoon.
you're definitely a voice actor.
You are definitely a voice actor.
I appreciate that.
I could
you
see
guys,
it.
but
Like, actually.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, but then I got in my own head and was like, nah, I can't do it.
It's not too late. There's
Huh?
no time like the present.
What if we
There's
did
no
a
time like a fucking cartoon. What if we did a cartoon,
fucking
man?
cartoon? That's I feel like that because
Yeah, I think we
Well,
could
stop
actually do a
talking
fucking
about
cartoon.
it, you guys.
yeah,
Stop
we'll
talking
get
about it.
some voice actors like Glover and
Oh, dude,
Shout out
Glover
Glover.
would love the voice actor. Shout out to Glover. He called me the other day asking if I would help choreograph a fight scene in a short film that he's doing. And I was like,
Fuck yeah,
absolutely,
dude.
man.
So cool.
I don't know if he actually wants that out or not. I don't know, but it's
we'll
out now.
time stuff it maybe.
Nah, it's okay. It's already in there.
Okay.
I'll ask him later.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Shout out to Glover.
Yeah, shout out. It'd be cool to
Hey, man, this is Glover.
Hey man, what's going
I
on?
love Glover.
He's a good dude. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to do a cartoon.
What kind of cartoon would we do? Something like South Park?
I don't know. I would like to do like more of a.
BoJack Horseman style?
No, I think I would want to do like more of a children's
Oh, like
cartoon,
an actual
like
cartoon.
an actual cartoon.
Oh, that's nice.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
Wow, what a... He's in his wanting to have kids phase.
Yeah.
You can tell he's ready. I think that's a sign. That was the sign we needed.
I don't know. I've always wanted to like coach. I wouldn't want to like coach middle school or high school kids.
Really?
I would rather coach
10
like
and
the
under?
youth. Yeah, because I
love
feel
coaching high
like
school kids.
they're just so raw.
I love coaching
You
high
know,
school
like there's
kids.
you can teach them and point them in the right direction while there's still time.
That's true.
That's what it feels like. You know,
There's always time though. Think about that.
I know, but-
People that turn their lives around at 20 something.
the older people get though,
30.
the harder it gets. It
But
feels
people
like.
do it. And
They do?
that's why I find more of a challenge in the high schoolers, man. I enjoy that challenge of like, I can make this kid get his shit together. 15-year-old punk. Yeah, just fight. I'm gonna kick you in the fucking face.
So you like them
like
because you
that.
can hit them harder.
I can
That's what he
hit,
said.
That is
I
what
can,
you
I
said
can hit them
earlier.
harder, but also like they kind of like respect that because I'm not like I'm your buddy, but I'm also gonna beat the shit out of you. like I can be a friend to you. We can be tight as we need to be. Like my students were fucking close, man. All of my students were close, but I beat the shit out of them. It's gotta be done, and they respect me. They know that,
They got to know there's a high level to it.
Right.
and they know where the line is too of like friendship and mentorship.
Mentorship, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers
Cheers.
to that.
Number 3.
We're behind you
That's
guys.
good.
We need to
I
speed
know.
up.
I know.
This is going to be a 6-hour podcast, actually.
Yeah.
So we're not behind. We're still going to hit 13.
Yeah, something like Toy Story maybe.
Oh, I could see that.
I
I would be down with that.
Yeah, something like Toy Story
I
or
got to come up with a script. All right, got it. You ready? These guys are at a bar and they're talking. my horror movie script.
he goes out.
Did I
to
tell
the,
you about that?
No, I don't think
Oh
so.
yeah, I have to tell you about that one off air. I've already talked about it too much.
No, it doesn't matter. He would tell him.
Well, I want to be like the people are talking at a bar. It's like a group of friends. You know, they sit there and talk. Then there's one character that you naturally like more than the rest of them. It's kind of like giving them more dialogue and more screen time.
Right.
Everybody, all their friends leave. They're still hanging out, talking to the bartender. They're like one of the last cars to leave. And then as the person's walking to their car, it's like a fixed camera.
Mm-hmm.
And you see they're walking to their car. They're fumbling with their keys or whatever. Murderer comes on the scene, beats them to death, and runs off.
And
they kill-
scene.
Ends the
Cut.
scene. Then it goes to a completely different like character. You don't ever see any of those characters in the movie again. Just bam.
But there's a killer on the loose.
It's just like no reason.
I like seeing people's reactions because he's told this a couple
and
times.
it's always the reaction.
And it's always, all right.
Now I'm
Here
thinking,
we
now
are.
I'm worried about going to my car tonight.
No, so a couple of coworkers were telling me what they would like to do if they were serial killers, and I'm like, I don't think I should be privy to this information, you
Oh
guys.
my God. I don't think I've ever heard
Could you
that.
share? Could you share?
So-
no names, but share for sure.
So they wanted to their calling card would be a muffin, so that they would be the Muffin Man,
oh Jesus Christ! This
and
is
then
a bit.
and then
This is a fucking bit.
Oh, man.
and then they would stop leaving muffins, and then they would have one guy look like he was mauled by a bear and just leave a bear claw, and then it would just be
How
a
the-
whole bakery thing.
What the fuck just happened? What's that? Wait, when a bear claw, is that like a dessert?
Yeah, it's like a bakery item. I think it's
Okay.
like a scone or something. I don't
Okay,
know.
that makes more
The
sense.
shape of
Okay,
it looks
yeah.
like a
Because I
bear
pictured
claw.
like a fucking
bear
bear's
claw.
claw. I was
Yeah.
like, how the fuck? Whoa, what
Yeah.
happened? This is World of Warcraft? I'm fucking getting wolf pelt. The hell?
Right. Yeah, I was like, whoa.
No, but it's like a bakery item, and then they would just go off of a bakery theme after that, and then people were like, "Is it the Muffin Man?"
I feel like I feel like
Okay.
we've got to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I like really got this urge now to play
Yeah.
it.
That's funny. We never thought about doing a cartoon until we thought of putting you in there for being a voice actor.
That's it. For real.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Because I feel
It
like
really blows my mind because I don't feel like there's much more we can come up with.
I know.
to do. Like we've really thought about all of it.
a lot of shit. Yeah.
Album, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a mukbang channel.
Have you seen Vox Machina on Amazon Prime? So Critical Role, like I was mentioning before, that was their first campaign that they've turned into an animated series. It's pretty funny
nice.
and interesting. I think you guys would enjoy it.
So that's the
honestly.
voice actors.
That's all the voice actors.
Okay, fuck
yes.
yeah. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. So do you get pretty like into it when you're dungeon mastering? Like do you
I like to get into it. So when I'm a dungeon master, like I put like different ambient sort of sounds in the background and stuff like that while I'm trying to write certain scenes. However, when I'm a player, I have playlists dedicated to my character. Anything that I think that they would like, anything that I think that they would like listen to if they were going through a certain
I think
experience.
I could be a dungeon master.
I've also made a playlist for my my players, right? Like if I'm like, oh, this reminds me of a certain character in my campaign, I put it in a playlist just for them. I haven't given it to them yet, simply because we all broke off from each other from the game. So I just have a playlist for people who I haven't really talked to in a few months.
Damn.
I love it though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very fun to be like, this reminds me of a certain character. Just the vibe of it reminds me of this undead warlock. Rad.
Fucking cool.
I went through this phase like about a month, maybe 2 months ago,
Yeah.
where I wasn't really sure what music to listen to.
Yeah.
And I started listening to classical music a little bit.
Nice.
And I got into this. It was like a week straight where I listened to nothing but like, like in horror films, like the classical music you hear, like almost like this, it makes it more spooky.
I fucking love it.
Dude, I got into a phase where I listened to nothing but that for a week.
Oh my god.
And I'm trying to find the composer.
I'm very concerned right
That
now.
is-
I don't think you understand.
I'm a little concerned.
It was a week straight, dude. I couldn't
I
stop
think you
listening
should
to
be
it.
more concerned.
It was so good. It was so fucking good. I can't remember the damn composer's name.
like
I
how
can't think of
you
the
were
fuck-
like,
It was like a week straight, dude. I couldn't stop listening to it. I'm like, oh my god, this
all right, I
shit's
guess
so
we're gonna
good.
wrap this podcast up.
Every time I get in the
Better
car,
go
it's
Just
just
sharp violins.
Better go get my husband now.
and I'm driving. I'm like, dude, this
fuck,
makes me wanna. This is insane. It's so good.
No, it is. I
It was
love
so
it too.
good,
I love
man.
it too.
Well, I mean, I
There was a few
wonder
nights
what-
driving home. It kind of spooked me. I was like, I gotta switch this, dude. This is kind of creeping me out.
I do wonder what it was like. I do know that there was one
gotta think
classical piece. I don't remember who composed it or whatever. But I think it was like Riot of the Spring, I think is the title of the piece. And apparently there was a mosh pit during a classical piece that I'm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
So I wonder what it would have been like to sit there and listen to something like that for the first time and just start swinging.
Right? just go crazy.
Right. Man, I cannot think of this dude's name. Oh man, it's bothering me now because I listened to the same guy. It was like 5 albums.
I remember
not albums, but I guess it's pieces.
Yeah, I'm kind of strange like that too, man. Like, because I remember I'll be watching horror movies and hear those sounds too, and I remember looking at Heather going, I would love to write music
Oh, the didgeridoos.
for. I would love to write music for like yeah, like
So here's
like
what we do:
horror movies,
You start
or
making
cartoons.
characters for the D&D game. You start making music for the scenes.
I need all the instruments.
No, you can do it on the computer.
Yeah, you can do it
Yeah.
on your
You
computer.
ever heard
Good,
of
good.
Steve Gibbons?
True.
Shout out to Steve Gibbons, man.
Yeah, we got some new AI art coming
Oh.
to
Do you want to see the picture?
It's kind
You
of
wanna see?
creepy.
It's cool as
It's a
fuck.
little creepy.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, but it's good. But like, because I don't know, just the whole AI thing is a little creepy to me.
Yeah.
Of like,
Oh, it's scary.
it's scary. Like some of the photos, of like people, are, oh, this person doesn't even exist, and
Have
they
you-
look
Go ahead.
like
I'm sorry.
no, they just look real.
Yeah.
in a way.
Have you listened to the AI covers? Oh, I like that a lot.
That's cool as
actually.
shit,
Sick,
right?
ain't
There's
it?
a lot going on.
I like that a lot.
I know, and I think it'll be the same price as this
Yeah,
one.
he's a
was,
great artist though, dude. Like it's cool some of the stuff he's put out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. It's kind of funny how like AI, everybody was always saying like AI's coming for the labor jobs. You know, like they're coming for the labor
They're
jobs.
Yeah.
just making new jobs.
But right now they're coming for like
The
art,
music industry, yeah.
music. I
Sure.
mean, all like
Well,
digital
it's also,
art.
it's also this wave of like the generation wanting to be self-sufficient and making like their own business and shit like that, so they can be a little happier. So I feel like that's why they're chasing those specific jobs.
Yeah.
Because all the young people don't want to fucking work blue collar jobs.
It's true.
Who the fuck wants to be slaving away in the kitchen, fucking cooking for people, or
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
fixing machines or delivering shit, or like who the fuck wants to do that? That shit's exhausting as fuck.
People want to do what they love.
Yeah.
So like, who doesn't want to sit there and be able to make music and then be famous? Like fame and like TikTok has made that so it's like idolized
Yeah.
to be super famous and rich and all this
Well, I
and
think
be an influencer.
I think it was like coveted to be famous for a long time now.
For sure.
It's just that I don't know. I think things like TikTok and YouTube and Twitch have made it seem like it's more attainable for people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very good point.
Yeah, sure.
But
Which makes it less attainable because there's so many people trying to do it.
oh yeah, absolutely. So I tried to do VTubing and stuff like that.
What's that?
So basically, you use a character instead of your face
Okay.
in stream and stuff like that.
Kind of like that though.
I think the number one female Twitch streamer right now is a VTuber I enjoy called Iron Mouse, and it's just this cute anime girl that just like talks to people and makes fun of her friend who like lives in Japan and yada yada yada. It's so competitive to find a unique VTuber.
I bet
is
none of them got the
insane.
voices like you do.
Well, I
That
mean,
might be true.
well, there's one girl in particular that like uses a software to kind of pitch her voice so that her family and friends don't know who she is. So like it could be a thing of like pitching your voice or whatever.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
You just have to, if you know how to deliver a line, you could use a piece of software to change your voice.
Okay.
When you first said that, I was kind of like in my head, I was trying to process like, do I like that or do I not like it?
Yeah,
because
me too.
I do really enjoy like the transparency that we have on the podcast where you know our identities and all that. But also, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who just can't like be that person who
Right.
has
Yeah.
like or is on camera and stuff, but we're missing a huge part of their personality.
Right.
Right.
And it's like shit like that. Like we actually get to experience what they are and how they are, like how cool their personality is, and
Yeah.
their nuances and stuff without even knowing them.
Yeah.
And like sometimes that's like debilitating for people.
Yeah. Gives them the confidence to get
Gives
out
them the
there
confidence,
to-
yeah.
and show their
And
personality.
a lot of people need that.
Yeah.
A lot of people need the confidence to just be like, "Hey, this is me. Fuck y'all."
I mean, it probably also eliminates like a stage fright.
Yeah, that's
In
what I'm
a
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm
sense.
saying. Exactly.
So, I mean, I just wanted to do VTubing like for a bit of privacy, I guess, especially because
Exactly. Yeah.
especially because of my kids and stuff like that. And then I thought about it and I was like, well, my face is already out there,
Shout out
so
to the Gremlins. It is out there.
it is out there. So, meh. Probably do some D&D shit instead. Who knows?
You need to. I think you should.
Probably should.
I really think you should. I'd support it. I'll make T-shirts for you.
Appreciate it, bud.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll have you on and promote
Did you
it.
drop your chair down?
I did.
It doesn't look right.
I don't like it.
Go back up, man.
Yeah, I know.
Go back
like-
up. I'm not. I don't like
It was just kind of. I feel like I was always bending down to the mic.
Well, now you're.
I feel like
That's
he's
right.
just going to progressively
Yeah.
get lower, and then he's going to be that guy from Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Fucking home improvement. God damn it.
What's
shit.
it called? No, but speaking of the AI stuff, have you heard the AI music covers and what?
Oh yeah, Steve was talking about that. Steve Gibbs was talking about
Yeah,
that.
he was on the podcast, and we were talking about right before. Was it?
It was like talking about Kanye West doing his like
Drake had one,
Drake and
Yeah.
who was it? I forget who
Oh,
else he did
I'm
with.
pretty sure if you just Google it, someone has done it. There's a particular anime that's out where their theme song is very popular, and that they had Taylor Swift cover it, and it's like perfect Japanese pronunciation, but that's definitely Taylor Swift's voice,
Oh wow.
and it's
That's weird.
creepy as
God.
shit.
You like Taylor Swift?
It's okay. Danny loves Tay Tay though.
Of course he does.
Danny loves Tay Tay.
Of course he loves Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, I'd have
So-
put money on that.
So Taylor Swift
I
came
love
on,
Danny, man.
and I was like, oh, okay, I like the song. He's like, fuck yeah, I love Tay Tay, and like cranked that shit up, and I'm like,
What just happened?
Is this real, or are you just like
Doing
fucking
a bit,
with me?
yeah.
And he's been doing it for so long that I still don't know. He tells me he
Good.
loves Tay Tay. I don't know.
Tay Tay.
It's hard to tell if Danny's doing a bit or not.
Yeah.
It's so
very
hard sometimes.
It's caused a
It's 'cause
couple of
he's-
arguments.
It's been
It's caused a couple of
been that
arguments.
he's always been that way.
Yeah.
This caused a couple of arguments.
It's
I
caused a
literally
couple
was
of
talking
arguments.
to Heather about this on the ride over here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to tell like if he's being serious or not,
Yeah.
or if he's
Especially
put on a
with
bit or not. And I was like, he's just always been that way. I just never
He's
know.
always been that way.
Especially with the dumb shit that he loves and the dumb shit he says. Speaking of
I
dumb
can't tell
shit,
if he's just leaned into it all these years or if he just.
You know when sometimes people will, like do something stupid, and then like the other people will be like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Why'd you do that?" And then they'll try to play it off as if it was a bit.
Yeah.
Do you think he does that?
no. No. He's either 0% or 100%. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Damn.
So, but okay, so main example of him, like me not knowing and it causing somewhat of an argument.
Oh, I love this.
So the rehearsal dinner, you guys came.
I remember this. Yeah,
You guys were great.
Yeah.
I danced my fucking
Like all-
ass
like
off.
all-
No, I'm
always.
talking about the rehearsal dinner.
Damn it! Why'd I show my ass like that?
Vince Vaughn.
Showing off like that.
Hey, I saw you
So-
out there. Dude, I saw fucking, I'm sorry, but I saw
No, go
Christopher
ahead.
Walken impression today. It was, it was on your mom's house, I think. Or no, it was on Fighter and the Kid. And Jesus Christ, it was a guy met Christopher Walken. And it was this ridiculous story I have to share y'all later. Keep going.
But so I told everybody dinner at 6, right? You guys came a little bit early, and I was going to get dressed. Danny told people 5 o'clock, right? And so I'm in the dressing room. It's my wedding. I'm gonna get cute for the rehearsal
Yeah.
dinner.
Didn't
Never
take
mind
much,
the
did
fact. Thank you. But Danny wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Because that's
man.
Danny.
And then-
That's who Danny is.
Yeah.
That's who he
And
is.
he-
That's the man you're marrying.
He goes, I paid for all this shit. I can wear whatever the fuck I want to. I was like,
Oh, shout out to
I was
Liz.
yeah, but it's my wedding, so I'm gonna be cute. And so,
I'll pay for
so
this shit. I can wear what the fuck I want.
He's right.
I'm not mad at
He's
him.
fucking
that's,
right.
that's Danny's attitude. He's always said, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna dress the same.
It's an Adam Sandler
I'm gonna
shit.
have that hobo
It's not
swag.
if that
It's
hobo
when.
swag.
That
It's not
hobo
if, it's when.
swag.
Win.
But
Yeah.
so
Adam
rehearsal dinner. I'm getting dressed and I'm trying to hype myself up because I've never worn this dress before, right? Because I have a lot of body dysmorphia and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I hear like loud talking in the next room. Come to
all the
find
people
out,
coming in at 5.
my mother-in-law started the prayer over the food and stuff like that. and they started eating dinner without me. And
Don't
so
like that.
no, I did not.
They're
like
all
that
getting
at
put on
all.
blast right now.
Oh yeah. No, hold on. Danny's about to get put on blast, so we're gonna put that on
The
the
whole
record.
family, bitch. The whole family.
The family I just married into on blast. So, so
Let it out.
and I'm
Please.
like, no, it's fine. No, I'm
Passive
good.
aggressive as fuck.
I'm good, absolutely. And Heather could tell that I was pissed, and so I was like, I'm just gonna step out for fresh air. I'm good. So my dad walked in at 6 o'clock, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you said dinner was at 6." And I was like,
I did.
I did. Thanks, Dad. And so I step outside, and my dad goes, "Kayla, are you okay?" "Daddy, I'm just fine. I'm going to go step out for fresh air." And my dad looks at Danny, and he's like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Fucked up. Danny fucked up.
And so,
Damn.
Danny was like, "I don't know what the fuck happened." So I'm outside with Heather.
I don't remember what I did.
I
Did I
don't
tell
know.
him
I'm
5?
just here.
And so
They just
Gym
brought me
shorts.
here.
Gym shorts.
I'm outside with Heather. I'm like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm
She's
going to
ready
be
to
fine.
fucking mosh pit.
Trying to, I'm about
Playing
to.
classical
I
music.
was about to.
She's driving home with the serial killer music, the horror music.
And so,
I
and like, I was
Did that for a week. I was in the gym listening to it. It's one of the best workouts of my life.
I was fucking with Danny about it today.
It's life
That-
or death shit.
So, and I'm going to quote this whole thing. I am this close to losing my shit. "Bro, I said dinner at 6. What the fuck?" Danny's response, "But the lasagna is ready."
Is he
I
serious
love
or is
Danny
he
so much.
joking?
And that's what
You don't know.
and that's what almost started an argument. And that's what almost started an argument. And he goes,
Oh, that makes me so happy.
and so he finally comes outside and he's like, "But the lasagna is ready." And I said, "Danny, I told people 6 o'clock. Half of the people that were supposed to be here are not here. Not only that, I'm 50% of the reason these people are here, and y'all started dinner without
Yeah,
me."
that's-
Not to sound like a
not
bride.
good.
Let me clarify.
Bridezilla.
I don't want
about to say that.
I don't want to sound like a bridezilla.
That's
But, like-
that's not us.
But like, if I'm
ain't
50% of the reason y'all are at my table for dinner, y'all should fucking wait. I'm
no
just
shit.
gonna say it.
Yeah.
That's pretty important.
Yeah.
And so
You're the other half
we was
of the
hungry,
piece. There's
though.
2 pieces. There's 2 pieces, and you're one of them.
yeah,
That means there's only one left, and
Yeah.
it's fucking Danny.
yeah. And so I remember
Shout out, Danny.
Heather talking to me about it later. She's like, "Yeah, no, I told them, like, yeah,
The
Ducky's
lasagna's
getting."
ready. Was he Garfield? Damn. Was he Garfield?
And so
can't help himself.
she was like, "Yeah, I told them you were getting dressed because
lasagna.
they told me that they went looking for me.
was some good
Y'all didn't go
lasagna.
knocking on the one door."
And they didn't even wait for
Didn't
you to be
even.
out there.
And apparently Debbie made a joke about welcoming
The lasagna's ready.
I was gonna let you say it.
welcoming me into the family, even though I'm not there. And I'm like, okay,
Blasted him.
cool. But this is not a story of blasting them. This is more blasting Danny because I could not tell if he was
Right,
serious
a
with that
fucking
whole,
idiot.
but the lasagna is ready.
Is it?
That made me so happy.
It's like, is he trying to be funny to like cheer you up, or is
piss
he
you off?
Is he being serious?
Yeah. I thought he was being funny, and I just was not having it. And he was
was being
100% serious.
serious.
And he was 100%
just an
serious. Yeah, it's just a fucking idiot.
He's just a fucking idiot.
I
I can't wait
adore
for him to
this
listen to this
man.
podcast. He's gonna be like, the lasagna was ready.
Oh, don't you hate when like you say something and as you're saying it, you're like,
Oh no.
That's the
fuck,
dumbest shit I've ever said.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've ever said. And you know, and you look at your spouse, and they're like, "You really just say that?"
Why did
The
I
problem-
fucking marry
The
you?
problem is for me, man, is it's so hard for me to turn the bit on and off at this point. I'm always in the bit. Like,
So fast.
This makes me even more scared.
it's so hard. It's so hard to turn the bit off. It's so hard to turn the bit off.
Oh my god.
Like I can
That's
turn it off.
Crazy man.
but it's really like I don't want to turn it off.
I'm not gonna lie. The horror music in the car for a week is concerning.
It wasn't just in the car. It was not just in the car.
Well, I have to say, I have said lately that like watching horror movies and like any kind of like animated anything, I'm like, I would like to write the music. For,
It started
like,
as a joke,
like
man.
the weird music and shit.
Like
and,
some Danny Elfman type of shit or something
Danny
else.
Elfman?
Danny Elfman was the composer for like a couple of Tim Burton movies. He was,
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He did well. No, I think most of his stuff was Batman, and
That's
then
great, too.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh fuck
Yeah,
That's one of my
yeah.
favorites.
And I think it was the Batman with Danny DeVito.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Penguin.
the
And Michelle
Penguin,
Pfeiffer.
Michael Keaton, right?
Yes,
Michelle
I
Pfeiffer's
believe so.
Catwoman.
Yes,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
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 You ever see the Key and Peele skit of the doorman?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the door guys. Yeah, that's
But Bruce Willis though.
yeah, that's just so good. Oh man, yeah. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when he's doing the bit or not.
God, I love that man. Don't get me
Me
wrong.
too.
I love that man, but it has caused a couple of arguments because he's like, I'm just joking. No, it didn't feel like you were joking. It did not. I didn't know if you were an idiot.
But the
or
good
if you
thing
just
about
wanted to
the good
piss
thing
me
about
off.
being that guy is you can kind of use that.
I
You
know,
put it in your
right?
pocket. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about like when you say some stupid shit, but then like
Oh,
you kind of
yeah.
play it off as if you were joking, but really you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. I'm really good at it.
You're just like, oh, I was just joking, man. You really took me serious. What
Yeah.
the fuck's wrong with you?
And the best part is people don't know. People don't know because I'm just a fucking
man.
idiot all the time.
Yeah.
It's great.
Love it.
That's good shit. Yeah. So
Wow.
I guess I'm still on my health kick, by the way.
Yeah.
Just drinking a little bit this weekend. Went to the Les Claypool concert last night. It was fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fucked up. I drank so much beer.
He slapped at the bass.
He slapped at the bass. He did.
You ever listen to Promise?
I don't think I have. No.
90s band, progressive band. They're pretty
Super funky.
funky, yeah.
Yeah.
But silly too, like silly funky. I
Like
think you'd 'em.
Aquabat silly or a different kind of silly?
Like,
ooh, how would you describe it?
Like Here Come the Mummies, silly,
Heard.
but
Gotcha.
better musician. I don't know. Those guys are fucking good though. Those guys, have you ever heard
I
of Here
don't
Come
think
the
I
Mummies?
know.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I might have listened to like one.
So it's like 4 guys that are musicians out of Nashville, and they're all like famous musicians,
okay,
but they dress up as mummies, and all their identities are.
I've heard of this. Yeah,
I think I showed
Yeah,
it to
you
you.
might have showed this. To
But they
me.
have one song called.
Do you know who that is?
Hmm?
You know who Here Come the Mummies are?
Yes.
So they got
It's been
one
a long
song
time
called
since I listened to
Libido
it.
Knievel.
I do remember that one.
Beto Knievel.
Libido.
Libido Knievel.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so good. It's like guitar player, drummer, bass player, vocalist, like saxophone guy. They're so fucking good. Like they're legit insane musicians.
It's been a long time since I listened to him, but I do remember enjoying.
But all their songs are about like evil Knievel fucking or like something stupid like
Yeah.
that. But they're so good. And it's like they're legit famous guys from Nashville, but
Y'all ever listen
all
to
their identities are hidden.
Y'all ever listen to Steel Panther?
The fuck is
No.
that? Is that
They're an '80s rock band,
hair
right
metal
now.
almost?
Hair metal band, but they're like really goofy. So like they just talk
Gotcha.
about like farts and ass,
wasp.
and- yeah, like they like.
we are sexual
But
perverts.
they're like shredding though. They're like shredding and talking about
it's like Frank Zappa.
basically, but they're like hair metal band. That's
What is
like, but they're apparently
Alonzo's
going on
Pancake Breakfast or whatever it is.
Do what?
Fucking Frank Zappa song.
Oh, I can't.
So
do Frank Zappa.
ridiculous.
Yeah, they're all on America's Got Talent right now. I don't watch that, but I've been seeing that lately.
Steel Panther is?
Yeah.
From the 80s guys?
Well, yeah, they're like
Oh, it sounds like the 80s.
yeah, they're like
Okay.
a modern band, but they dress up
got
like
you.
hair metal and do vulgar songs. I mean,
Heard.
Yeah. That's good shit. It's like Chili Peppers in the fucking 90s.
yeah, for sure.
Sitting on a sack of beans, sitting
Yeah.
down in New Orleans.
You like Chili Peppers?
I do.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I like sat down and listened to them in their entirety. But there's a couple of songs that if it comes on, I'm like, I'm not fucking changing it.
Right.
What was
yeah,
it?
for
Californication and
yeah. Under the Bridge,
Hump de bump.
no, there's another one that I'm thinking of.
Soul Squeeze.
Probably
Scar Tissue.
Other side.
Snow.
Oh, yeah.
How do we not say that one?
I know.
Snow.
That's
That's
so
the one.
good.
That's such a good little riff.
Yeah.
That little beginning, yeah. The whole song, really, but
Insert Sean talking about John Frusciante doing little things on the guitar that people don't notice.
I always say that, man. Damn. Oh yeah, you're saying that you're gonna go see Ghost.
Yes. A coworker of mine just graduated, and it's gonna be her birthday and stuff like that. So Deanie and I bought her and I tickets, and we're
she
gonna
likes
go.
Ghost?
Yes.
Hell
She
yeah.
loves Ghost.
We saw him in Asheville not too long ago with Mastodon.
with Mastodon.
Yeah. Their crowd, I didn't know where all the like the emo era kids went. That's where they are.
Yeah, and they don't like the mosh pit either.
So my people.
They don't. They don't like
My
mosh
people.
pit.
we try to walk in like and start a mosh pit. We're like, hey, you want to start a mosh? And then I pushed Sean into someone, and like Sean went fucking flying into like 3 people, and Sean pushed me back, and I went flying to 3 people, and no one moved.
And people were like, get mad. I'm like, all right,
Let's
man,
leave.
fuck.
I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is gonna be fun. Like we fucking.
So,
But
not my
I will
we
say-
threw each other.
I will
like,
say, though-
so good.
They put on a good show.
They did put on a good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, they put on a good show.
I'm really excited for it.
You'll have a great time.
How about that guy
Yeah.
we met? That was the backstage guy that travels with Mastodon, Kirkland.
Do you remember his
Keen.
name?
Yeah, I have him on Snapchat.
Rad?
You don't remember that, dude?
I remember talking to him.
He has
but-
a folk band. What was it? It was Cody Kennedy and them.
What?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. They got stuff on Spotify right now. Shout out Cody Kennedy and them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rad.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, Ghost. Yeah, I was wondering where all the damn, all the little emo kids went.
Damn.
That's what they are. Trent Pants. I hadn't seen Trent Pants in years.
Oh
God.
fuck.
Yeah, I was like everybody had Trent Pants. Remember, like with the chains
Oh,
and
Jesus
shit.
they're making a comeback.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That was like
Oh,
new metal shit too.
Well, it's
Yeah,
coming back with
the
like
Jinkos, I
Y2K
think.
fashion and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
the low hip rising jeans.
But here's the
Y2K fashion is
It's-
coming back.
It's not the real Y2K fashion though.
I don't
You
know.
and
Low
I
hip rising
know.
jeans.
Yeah.
The low
You
hip
and I-
rising jeans are
Yeah.
actually all right though. I kind of
I
like.
hate them things, dude.
I got me a pair. You know, getting
No,
a little
I'm
more
s-
V. I need to get the outfit from the guitar player from School of Rock.
Nah, I'm
So I
gonna
did
keep
a-
my high waist jeans, okay?
What's
I'm
it say?
Yeah.
gonna keep my high waist skinny jeans.
What's that song?
No. Oh my god. Speaking of like 90s, early 2000 things, what is the one thing from that time frame that is like super prevalent to you? That's like, oh, this is a very,
Grunge.
very not 21st century thing.
Grunge.
Oh, I don't know.
Other than grunge.
I don't know.
Make America grunge again.
What about you?
So I remember Blockbuster.
Movie gallery.
Oh, fucking Blockbusters. That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
And
Grunge
then,
is good.
I have a story of where we were down living with my
Commercials.
grandmother while my mom was training for the army and stuff. And there was this kid that was dating me in like elementary, middle school or whatever. My grandmother was very specific. Don't give out my phone number, right? Okay, whatever. Because it's all landlines at this point. And she comes and gets me and she goes, "Did you give out my phone number?" "No, ma'am. Why?" "Well, there's this boy on the phone for you." And I pick up and it's Chad. Of course, his name's
Fucking
Chad.
Chad. Fucking Chad.
It's fucking Chad because it's 1999. And he's like,
1999.
and it was,
Fucking Chad.
yeah, I was in like kindergarten, first grade or whatever. And apparently he pulled out the yellow pages and called 6 houses before he called my grandmother's
Fucking
house.
respect. That's kind of serial
That's
killer.
Riz. That's Riz.
As a 6-year-old,
That's
that's
Riz
insane.
now.
It's crazy.
That's insane. What are you talking about? However,
6 years old. This kid was fucking on to something.
listen, and I remember talking
Wonder
to
where
a friend
Chad
of
is
mine
now.
at work.
What was his last name?
Hell if I know.
That's a weird last name.
Hell if
Sounds a
I
little stalkerish.
Hell if I know.
That's what you get when you mix a rhino and an elephant.
And fucking, I remember telling a friend of mine at work, and she goes, "Not the yellow pages, Ducky." And I'm like, "Yeah, the yellow pages." And then one of our Gen Z
yellow pages.
coworkers is like, "What's the yellow
One of our
pages?"
Gen Z coworkers.
And then it just like,
God.
it hurt.
Doesn't it hurt?
It hurt. Oh,
fucking Kelly Blue Book.
it
Fuck, dude.
it hurt when one of the younger of my coworkers, at this point I don't know if they're Gen Z or Gen Alpha at this point.
What?
Anyways,
There's a Gen Alpha?
yes.
Is that like next?
Yes, after Gen Z it's called Gen Alpha.
I can't keep up with this shit, man.
I keep up with it simply because my children are
That's
a part
fair.
of that.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
fair.
And I find it funny.
Yeah.
But But no, like
shit.
this kid comes around the corner and goes, "So you were born in like the late 1900s?" And I'm like, "Go the fuck away.
The late 1900s. I will kill you right now.
I will hide every
We were all
piece
born
of
in the late
silverware in
1900s.
this goddamn restaurant. Go the fuck away." I
We were
could
all
not
born in the
handle
late
it.
1900s. We were born in the late 1900s.
dude.
No, and then like I was telling my mother-in-law about it, and she's
Jesus.
like, "Well, yeah, but at least no one's gonna tell you were born in like the mid 1900s." And I was like, "Yeah, that is pretty bad.
It's ugly.
That is pretty bad."
Yeah. God,
Jeez.
man. Yeah, I guess mine would be. I don't know.
I take a lot of pride being born in 99.
Yeah, I would. You hang.
I'm
it
really
in
glad
there.
it's not
Born in
2000.
99?
Yeah, I'm glad it's not
I
2000.
thought you were 98 for some reason.
I'll take that.
There's a difference between like 94 and back.
Oh yeah,
That's 95.
There's a difference
and
between
all.
Oh, yeah.
99 and me.
yeah.
'Cause I'm
Yeah.
way cooler than those guys.
The iPod. Looking at the iPod kind of fucks me a little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
The
The
VHS.
With the
Oh,
big,
dude.
the iPod with the big ass fucking block.
Yeah.
plug-in. Wow.
A VHS kind of fucks with me.
iPod Touch.
Animation.
iPod Nano. Could you
Animation.
imagine having to use an iPod Nano for music now?
Oh,
Yeah, the
God.
first
I'd be
MP3.
fucking pissed. Yeah, for real. The MP3 was way better than the Nano.
Yeah,
You just have to do the fucking little bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Had to buy
no,
every song.
lost my train of thought. Carry on, fellas.
Oh, you just have to buy every song.
The Game Boy Color.
You bought your songs?
I mean, no, I didn't. You had to. You were set
Yeah.
legally, but
Yeah.
I didn't do that shit.
Well,
I just found
LimeWire.
apps. I found apps on the fucking Galaxy S3, baby.
LimeWire though, that shit. You give your
yeah,
computer
CDs.
AIDS and you can have any music you
Oh, yeah.
wanted. Oh man.
And then you would
Fucking
have to
Napster.
go back and make sure it was the correct one.
Right.
Instead of someone putting like a Rickroll or
Hey,
something.
yo.
Yeah.
Someone, it's like an audio clip of someone at karaoke
It's
singing
them singing it?
Disturbed.
I saw a
It's them singing it. It's fucking Guitar Hero. Their first two Guitar Heroes was never the real bands.
I saw a guy who
You remember that, right?
Yeah. I saw a guy who on social media who he gave his sister a gift, and it was him singing over songs on like her favorite songs, but he sang for the song.
Oh,
like it
that's
came with
a
the
good
music
gift.
was still there.
If
but
I
it
don't
was
get a
him
gift
singing.
like that for my next birthday, I'm going to be so mad.
I was like, dude, that's fucking cool. It's gonna sound like shit, but it's cool.
It's so good.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine?
Well, no, with Danny.
No,
I
could you imagine-
With
no.
Danny,
That's where I was going.
No. I got to take a piss. You want to take a piss break?
Yeah, let's take one.
Let's go
All
ahead.
right, we'll be back, guys. This is so good.
The unhinged piano playing. Is like, oh God.
It makes you like.
A little
It's
uncomfortable.
like
On
sharp
edge,
noises.
dude.
It's
On
just like.
edge.
ugh. Yeah, I like it too.
It's good, dude. Cheers are back.
Send me the artist.
I did. I sent you that album. It's good as fuck.
We were talking and could you get, if you never saw Rocky, could you get fired up
Oh yeah,
and amped up by the da-da-da, da-da-da? Could you do it?
Maybe.
Nah, I don't know.
What's the name of that
I don't
song?
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
The only song I know from Rocky is "Eye of the Tiger." I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Eye of the Tiger, you could 100%.
You can get pumped
You
up
could
to
get
that.
pumped up
Yeah.
to "Eye of the Tiger."
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight.
You're
We're doing this right now.
We need to do Rock Band again, you guys.
I know, I gotta get the TV
I-
fix.
I was-
Vocalist for life.
We
Well,
got,
we're
another
alive.
we got another TV, man.
Huh?
We could do this tonight.
Oh, yeah, but I
not
don't
the
feel like
same.
Dylan.
Mm.
Yeah.
The same.
I'll have it.
we gotta do it again, man. Oh,
Yeah.
no, but not right now.
I want to do it. I want to do it like on the big TV though. I really
that's
enjoy
fine.
it, and like in the kitchen, like right there, it just fits well. You
Fits
know,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
All of
it
us in
does.
there.
I was listening.
nice.
I was listening to Fall Out Boy, and I was just like, I
Where's the
I
mic?
was-
I need the mic.
need the mic.
I need the mic. Give me the fucking mic.
So, a thing I enjoy with my kids is that like we'll be driving, and I can't drive without music, and I can't drive with specifically the music that I like to listen to. And so a song will pop up, and I'll be like, "Boys, this is Ocean's Avenue." Ocean's Avenue by Yellow Card. my yellow card. And so they'll listen to the song with me.
And we're starting a cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's going to have that music in it.
Okay, what's worse, driving to nothing or driving to that?
Driving to nothing is psycho. Also do that.
I've done that for like the first 15 minutes of the car ride before.
I would rather listen to that than listening to nothing at all. Legitimately.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely,
I cannot.
yeah, for sure.
I totally agree.
No, I will say that the night that it clicked, I was like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
right now? What am I doing? I turned it off and listened to nothing for the way home. I was like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. Nothing will cheer me up.
Nothing will cheer me
So
up.
then I went home and watched Hellraiser.
Oh my god.
I actually did. I really did. The same night.
God
I fucking
damn.
watched Hellraiser, the first one. I'd already seen it like 5 times.
God damn.
Went home and watched Hellraiser after listening to that shit. Bro, oh
So
my
good.
god.
Oh, yeah. They say if you want to be famous, you got to be a little crazy. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get crazy
You're
first.
just crazy.
I'm just trying to be crazy.
I'm trying to be crazy.
trying to get
I
there.
don't know. I think you're genuinely crazy. I think you're genuinely crazy.
I'm just trying to be crazy. No,
you
you,
don't have
got
to,
it.
buddy.
You good.
You're there.
Damn.
You're like
I did. I went home and watched
50%
Hellraiser.
there.
That is
Wow.
wild.
Yeah, I love going back and watching some of those old 80s, 70s slasher films.
Yeah.
They're fun. They're just kind of goofy. They are what they
Campy,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, they're fun though.
The budget is absolutely zero.
Bottom, yeah.
I didn't
Absolute
realize
zero.
that Evil Dead 2 was a remake of the first one.
Oh yeah, Heather told me this the other day, or maybe you said
I did,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody told me this.
Because me and Noah had never seen the Evil Deads or Hellraiser. That's why I watched Hellraiser that night because he had never seen it. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it
Heather
again.
talked about this
Yeah.
the other day.
So we watched Evil Dead, and we watched the first one. Then we watched the second one. We're like, why the fuck did he go back to the house after what happened to him in the first one? And I'm like,
Yeah.
and so I looked it up. It's a
Yeah.
remake. It's just the same. It's a different movie.
Yeah.
Completely different universe.
You ever seen Evil Dead?
I've seen Evil Dead. I like the one where he goes back into medieval times and the
You would
the
like
clay
that. Yeah,
the
you
clay
would
machine
like
I've never
that.
seen that one. I've never seen that one.
It's
Army of
really
Army of Darkness.
fun.
You never seen it?
So I gotta watch it. Yeah.
It's goofier, but in a different way. But it's
Oh, yeah.
good.
Mom hates
It's
that movie.
really fun.
I
get
can see
it,
why
I can
people
see
don't
it, yeah.
like it, but I loved it.
Danny showed me pictures of when he dressed up as
Dude, it was so good.
what's his
Ash.
name? Ash. When he dressed up as Ash
Oh, that
for
was a
Halloween.
good one.
Good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And
He-
he was
Captain Spaulding,
Sid Haig.
Sid Haig. Yeah,
That's what the
Devil's
fuck.
Rejects.
His name was High, in Malcolm in the Middle.
Hyde.
It was
yeah,
Hyde.
Yeah.
H-A-I. It was High.
High. It was
Yeah,
high.
because I kept thinking
thought it was-
Sid. That's why I said six. I was thinking Sid Haig, and it's spelled H-A-I-G.
I thought it was like Hyde, like
I
H-A-Y-D-E.
swear it was definitely H-A-I.
No,
I'm
I thought it
confident.
was like more like Jekyll and Hyde, but go off, I guess.
Go off. Oh, I'm pulling it up, Jamie. Yeah, it's H-A-I. High.
You hate when a motherfucker write.
Or is it Hal?
Oh,
Hal?
it's fucking. Is it Hal?
I think it's Hal. I think it's Hal.
There's somebody who
So
knows
we're
this
both
answer.
wrong.
It's like you motherfuckers.
It's a fucking L. I had High in my head.
Hi. Like hi.
Is it because it looks like an uppercase I?
Well, it does. Yeah, it does. I had High. I was set on High, and I look at it and I see High.
You loving a motherfucker wrong.
I was.
I
Dude,
was wrong too.
Dude, Frankie
Shit.
Muniz is a fucking NASCAR driver now, isn't he?
What?
The guy that played Malcolm?
Say psych right
Yeah.
now.
He's a fucking like race car driver for real. I don't know if it's NASCAR or not. Let's look at his fucking name.
What a fucking life. That'd be kind of badass.
Yeah, I would. Shit.
I mean, Malcolm in the Middle. I'm a race car driver.
yeah.
It's ARCA Menard series. It's a
Menard.
stock car, American stock car series. Yeah, he's a fucking racer, which is, I guess, one of the 3 national things that NASCAR owns.
Oh wow,
So he
that's pretty
basically
cool.
races in
Rad.
NASCAR, yeah. And he was the Malcolm
Well,
in the Middle
shit.
kid.
If you could like,
Some people are just fucking bound for success.
if you
Yeah.
had just the freedom and the money to do whatever you wanted, and you can pursue any passion that you wanted, like what would it be?
What do you think my answer is going to be, Sean?
D&D.
D&D.
baby, let's go.
I
What's
would
stopping you from trying?
Money.
bills.
Yeah.
Bills that I specifically signed up for.
like as a pastime, like doing it on like as a hobby, trying
Yeah.
to build a career out of it.
Maybe.
That's what we're doing right now.
Maybe.
Because this takes up what, 5 hours of our week.
Yeah, but you also already bought the stuff. I haven't bought the stuff yet.
I mean that's true, but we don't.
gotta
We
have
don't
money
have
to
that much
make
invested.
money.
We don't have that much invested.
Yeah, we really don't.
And this is
Maybe.
Maybe what?
You know what? I gotta stop talking about it.
Yeah, stop talking about
Gotta
it.
stop talking about it.
Just be about it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's
No
it.
five.
Stop
Cheers
talking
number
about it. Start
5.
being about it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Put that on a fucking
Arnold
t-shirt.
Schoenberg. Listen to him. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. When you're in the gym, that shit goes hard as fuck.
Yeah. No, I remember.
I'm about to try that shit tomorrow. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
hit a PR. I hit a PR on bench. I was lifting. I was like, no, it wasn't even that. I was like, and my fight or flight kicked in. I was like, oh my god, I'm scared. I gotta get it off of me. I gotta. Oh god. Just pick up the weight.
No, I could not listen to that while I'm at work.
Where could you listen to that at?
No,
No, I couldn't listen to it
not.
at work. I got to be myself. I got to be like away from people on that one.
No,
I was in the gym though doing it, but I was in my own world.
I'm also the type of person that I listen to like a scary audiobook like while I'm washing dishes, closing for the restaurant that I work for. And one of my managers comes around the corner and is like, "Hey, Ducky," and it just
The duckydaddyy.
yeah. I didn't even hear her talking to me. I had my headphones in, and I'm like genuinely scared. And then like I see her, and I'm like, ah! Nearly dropped 5 plates. Nearly dropped 5 plates, and she's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Scary audiobook." And she goes,
Send me the
"Go
artist.
ahead and clock out. Go ahead and clock out and go home." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
Right.
Okay, sounds good to me. And then she closed for me.
Did you say that she needs to have a website called GoDaddy? Or did you say Ducky Daddy?
I don't know now. I don't. Suddenly, I don't know. I thought I meant. I meant
No, you
duckydaddy.
said Ducky Daddy. Yeah, I think you definitely said Ducky Daddy. Maybe.
Oh
You
god.
need, you need to open up on GoDaddy.com. Yeah, that's what you need to do. That sounds like something I would say.
Isn't it a duck for
GoDaddy.
their logo too?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh man.
Fucking Danica Patrick.
Oh.
She was one of the main people that did commercials for
Yeah.
GoDaddy.
That's all I
Do
remember
you
is her
remember that?
face when I
It's
think
fucking
of that.
Danica Patrick. Didn't she date Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that did you ever see that Super Bowl commercial with that hot girl kissing that like nerdy dude?
Yes.
Listen.
And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that just happened!" Like live on TV, not live, but like on TV.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Holy shit!" It kind of like everybody was talking about it the next day.
Yeah.
What happened to Super Bowl commercials, man? They all suck now.
Yeah. What about the one with
We don't-
the one with
Danny-
Jason Momoa was really fucking good where he took his arms off.
Yeah.
Bro, Danny and I don't watch a whole lot of live TV anymore. We just watch
Yeah, I
a
don't blame
whole
you.
lot of streaming stuff.
That's the only live
All
TV
I'll watch
now.
is football, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we do watch some
seen-
ads, but that's
Yeah,
when we
sure.
watch Hulu.
But it's not really live
and
because we're
stuff
watching
like
illegal
that.
streams. It's like 10 seconds behind at least.
But,
It's live enough.
But like the ads that Danny gets is either a very specific song or it's for a couple of other things that we've seen on repeat and we're like, "Oh, so this is normal TV again." Awesome. Love that shit.
Then you hear Whopper, 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 Whopper.
God.
Junior, double, triple Whopper.
God, you hear that like fucking
BK.
30 more times.
Have it your way.
What was it?
Not a sponsor, by the way.
1-800-588
2-300
and
buy today. Damn, we nailed
Wow.
that.
Yeah,
we
we
done that
did.
shit.
Today.
But what else? Okay,
You know
we
what?
got
All
more
three
in
of us
this.
should do a cartoon
we-
now.
what
I'm
about,
really enjoying
what about Get Connected for free with
Oh, God,
Education Connection?
Oh, I kind of remember that. What about the
FREE. That
this
spells
was
free.
free creditreport.com, baby? Yeah.
Danny and I pulled up like 90s
stupid.
commercials
We did the same thing.
and
Oh my
infomercials and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh, I wanted that so
But
bad."
wait, there's more.
Billy Mays here.
That's fucking rest in peace.
God.
Was it Billy Mays,
It was
right?
Billy Mays, yeah.
Billy Mays,
Billy
yeah.
Mays here. But wait, there's more.
We're doubling your offer, $19.99.
It's a
It's
pillow.
still a ripoff.
It's a pet.
Still a
it's
piece
a
of
pillow pet. Do you guys remember that?
Yes, I
God,
remember Pillow Pets. Yeah.
pillow pets were
Remember
my
the chia?
shit.
Chia.
Yeah.
Wow, we're doing a thing. Holy shit.
Dude, Danny and I we got inebriated and we watched those one night and we were like,
That's a
God,
good adjective.
it's wow. And so we were
Wow.
like, we were talking about the zoo pet plates or whatever.
Oh
the-
yeah, with the like pandas or monkeys
Yeah,
or
the-
like
Yeah.
alligators.
Zoo pets make eating
Oh,
fun
fuck.
and
I
stuff
love
like
that.
that.
Those were cool.
with the dinosaur nuggets.
Yeah.
used to use
ketchup,
Oh.
ketchup, mustard, corn dogs.
Yeah.
Dip, dip, dip,
Bro.
dip, dip, dip.
We still get
I could eat that.
dino
Ah, fuck
nuggets.
that shit right now, dog.
I'm so close to telling Danny to DoorDash some fucking
Corn
dino
dogs.
nuggies. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bring the plates. Tell them in the comments, bring the plates too. Send them a picture of like an animal emoji.
I need a crocodile. I will not settle for anything less.
But no, we were talking about it and like certain things that we wanted, certain things that we actually got. Do you remember the moon shoes?
Oh, Denny and I were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't remember the moon shoes.
I remember watching it and being like, that looks like so much fun, because it was basically like this platform shoe with a trampoline in it that you strap your ankles to. And everyone thought it was a good fucking idea.
Fuck.
It's like the fucking skip it things that you tie to your ankle and then like break your
Oh
fucking chin.
Clip your fucking kneecap at full speed.
Yeah.
After 30 like no misses.
I'm surprised it didn't break my leg.
We could definitely make a fun cartoon.
The 90s was like full
I just
of
realized,
wild
like,
shit.
I've always thought I was kind of decent in voice acting. Not like that. Not as good as her. Not even close. But
I
I can make I can make some
appreciate that.
noises.
I think I can make some noises.
I can
too.
make some noises, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all voice acting is, you guys.
Oh yeah.
That would be kind of fun.
I think Danny mentioned
We'll
this
sleep on it.
to you. I think Danny
let's start
mentioned
right
this
now.
to you.
That's the best.
Do you remember the Jackie Chan adventures?
Jackie Chan. He did
Is that
mention
like
this
Samurai
to me.
Jack?
Okay, so we watched
That's exactly
Samurai
what I was
Jack
thinking.
with the Gremlins last night, and they
Oh,
got
so
into
fucking-
it.
it's
so-
yeah,
it's
it
so
was,
cool,
It was
man.
awesome.
And
But
the video game on the computer.
oh yeah,
it was
dude.
so hard.
Yeah, it was
Dude.
hard.
Nickelodeon or like
Very
was it,
hard.
that was Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
No,
No, it was,
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CartoonNetwork.com had all the games.
Yeah, those are
But
cool.
Jackie
What
Chan
does this
Adventures,
exist? I'm
Jackie
gonna be playing
Chan
games on the
always
podcast.
wanted to do a cartoon. He was like, I want to like influence the kids, have my legacy go on, and the kids remember me and stuff like that. He was so excited to do this cartoon. Come to find out, Danny and I grew up thinking separately, not knowing each other at all, Jackie Chan is voicing this cartoon character. No, it's some random dude voicing Jackie Chan. We watched it again for the first time since we last saw it, and it's so obvious that it's not Jackie Chan. And I'm like, I don't know why.
Did you do the voice?
Me? No, without getting canceled.
You almost got it, man.
Darn. You foiled my plan.
Did you ever watch Wacky Races?
Yes,
It's so fucking good.
absolutely.
Wacky races.
So it was Boomerang. So you know how like
Yes.
Cartoon Network was it Cartoon Network that had
It was Cartoon
Adult
Network
Swim? Adult Swim.
Adult Swim and Boomerang.
So
and stuff like that.
Boomerang had a separate channel and it basically had its own Adult Swim, but it was just more cartoons. It was like fucking
like-
super like
cartoons from like the
What's some of the big
60s
ones?
and
crazy
70s.
like Wacky Races was one of them.
Yeah, Wacky Races,
You love Boomerang. I didn't really watch it that much.
Yeah, Scooby Doo was like
Scooby-Doo,
old
uh,
school
Cow and
Looney
Chicken.
Tunes, Cow and Chicken.
weird.
Cow and Chicken's like borderline Adult Swim.
Yeah.
So that's how all those
Yeah.
cartoons were.
No, yeah.
was
Ren
like
and
some-
Stimpy.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy was,
that was
Nickelodeon.
Boomerang. Or that was Nickelodeon. That's right.
I think it was Nickelodeon, but that could have been Adult Swim.
yeah,
Ren
for
and
sure.
Stimpy was vulgar
So like,
as fuck.
like Boomerang had that late night stuff that was borderline, like should have been fucking Adult Swim type
Yeah.
stuff, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't
was
like Robot Chicken. It was
It
Cow
was
and
definitely
Chicken.
like 60s and 70s.
Cat Dog was like that.
Oh yeah,
Cat Dog was weird as
Cat
fuck.
Dog
Cat
was
Dog was
weird.
like that.
Or like what's it called?
Real
Fucking-
Monsters.
Oh yeah, or like
Real
Courage.
Monsters was
Courage the
good.
Cowardly Dog was borderline that. Like it was
Yeah,
one of those
yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was it? What show were we just talking about?
Wacky Races.
Wacky
Yeah.
Races.
Yeah.
So fucking good, dude.
Really?
So
I don't
good,
remember
yeah.
that one. How about Legends of the Hidden Temple? Y'all remember that shit?
Oh, I remember
Oh,
the name of it, but I don't
God.
remember watching it.
Dude, that was the shit.
Ow, I feel old.
Yeah.
I
That
just
one hurts.
I felt my bones like
Yeah,
crunch up
yeah.
and stuff like that. That's not
Oh,
fun.
Heather showed me something the other day, and I was like, I can't remember what it was, but I was like, I'm shrinking inside.
Oh, it was this you talked about it on the podcast the other day, didn't you? It was the was it Rugrats?
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
We watched Rugrats. I'm like,
So like the newer
I'm having a
Rugrats, or
small
Original Rugrats.
panic attack.
Like where like it's got like almost like it looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
like it's so
see-
like pixelated, like
Yeah.
dirty looking.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
TV static is in
Yeah.
the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that type. I
Me too.
love old animation. I could
Oh, dude.
fuck it up all day.
Yeah.
And Danny can't stand it. Like one of my favorite animators is Don Bluth. Do you know Anastasia or All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hell yeah.
love
Fuck
that
yeah,
movie.
dude.
The guy that animated my favorite things of all time. He animated 2 video games called Space Ace and Dragon's Quest and
Okay.
stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that if like I showed you a picture of it, I think you would like recognize and be like, "Oh, I know what that is." But I love Don Bluth movies to the point where I remember someone saying that we were robbed. And I was like, what are you talking about? Do you guys remember the movie Titan AE?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So this was one of his last animated movies, and it bombed. Absolutely bombed. And if that movie made money, we would have gotten his version of Dracula. And I was so upset because Titan AE had a budget
that hurts.
of...
If you're a big fan, you know.
It had a budget of like $15 million, and it only made less than $100,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was awful. It was awful.
That's my players in fantasy football.
I genuinely like the movie
First
and stuff
round
like
pick
that. I
gets
genuinely
hurt.
like the movie, so I don't know why. Probably because I like the movie, I don't understand why it did so awful.
Right.
But John Bluth is still kicking it, so we could still get Dracula. This is an open letter to Don Bluth.
If you're listening,
Please
if you're
do.
out there,
If you somehow
Invest another
come across
15.
if you somehow come across the Blue Collar Podcast, please do Dracula
I watched
before I die. Before you die.
I watched All Dolls Go to Heaven every night for like a fucking
Such a good
2
movie.
years, dude.
It's such a good
It was
movie.
like Holes.
Wow.
I watched Holes
Oh yeah, we used to come home every day.
every day from
I'm
school.
tired of this,
Me and Sean-
Grandpa.
Too damn
That's
bad.
too damn bad.
Me and Sean used to come home from school and put a Tostino's pizza in the oven and watch Holes every day.
Every day.
Hell
Every day.
yeah.
It was like for an entire school year.
Maybe we are on some crazy people shit.
Well, I mean, it's like I guess it's the same as watching the same anime over and over and over.
What's Sailor Moon?
No, it's not Sailor Moon. No, the one I'm about to say is some crazy level shit. Now that I think about it, it's this anime called Danganronpa. So
Danganronpa.
the premise of the story, it was a visual novel game, right? And the premise of the game is that it's basically the end of the world, and it's a classroom full of high school students, and they're like, hey, if you want to leave this like boarded up school, you have to kill someone and get away with it. And if you get it's really fucked up. It's
listening.
really fucked up. But that's my comfort anime. That's the anime I turn on. No, it's such a crazy concept, and I'm like, oh, I love these characters. And Danny's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If Danny's saying that, it might be bad.
It's pretty bad.
That's why y'all are together. You know, that's why y'all are
He's
together.
crazy in his own way.
Yeah,
Shit.
aren't we
Oh,
all?
shit.
Yeah.
Aren't we fucking all?
We are.
But I remember, like, you have to be a little crazy to
Wow.
like be with Danny. And now I'm like, oh no, maybe I'm the crazy one.
Sometimes I wonder that myself.
No, I don't. I don't ever wonder. I know I'm the crazy one.
Gabby could do no wrong.
No, Gabby's with me though. There's something in there that's deep.
Yeah,
Like a fucking trying to find diamond in Minecraft.
Just shout out Minecraft.
The people I work with have never
said
played it. You don't like Minecraft?
Her
When
kids play it.
when you have two children that constantly tell you, hey, let me show you this, 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 let me show you this,
It would
you
get,
get kind of tired of it.
old.
I will say
Yeah.
that I've seen people build things in Minecraft, and it's commendable.
Insane.
It's insane. It's
Randall
beautiful
Poole.
stuff.
Randall Poole.
On Minecraft?
Yeah. Shout out Randall. He said that he he showed me one of them. Dude, one of his worlds was like fucking 300 hours. 400
Oh
hours.
yeah,
in one
people
world.
make some absolutely beautiful
It was
things.
insane.
Do you know what Gremlin 1 makes? He makes a machine that feeds chickens to foxes simply because foxes eat chickens.
I love that.
And then because
I saw his battleship the other day. His
and then he showed me this one thing that was going on. He goes, "Hey mom, you like foxes because they're
Right.
my favorite animal besides ducks, and that's the only thing my son identifies me with is foxes, ducks, and the color yellow.
why the color yellow?
It's my favorite color.
Really?
Yeah. I love the color yellow.
I think you're the first person I've ever met that has the favorite color of yellow.
Well, it reminds me.
You
of like,
are, yeah.
It's like sunsets and sunflowers. It's not like
It's a beautiful color.
It is
it's
a good
not
color, yeah.
highlighter yellow, but it's definitely like the yellow that you
No,
would
sure.
see.
I picture like a warm yellow, like an egg yolk.
Yeah.
That's a good yellow.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
But anyways, he's like, "Oh, hey mom, look at this. There's some foxes
Vitamins.
over here." And he apparently has a wolf with him or something, a pet wolf, some shit. I don't know. He's like, "Well, the wolves eat the foxes." And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you showing me this?" And
makes a machine.
he goes, "'Cause you like foxes." And I'm like, "Why would I want to see this then?" Oh, why?
Just to let you know it's possible. That's what
Yeah.
that's Tom Segura's
It's
son.
some top secure shit for sure.
And then-
Segura's a psychopath.
Ellis.
And
Ellis, yeah, it's fucking psycho.
And then just builds like a restaurant. And he's like, "This is my restaurant." And I'm like,
that kid's
"Okay,
gonna
buddy."
be a chef.
He's been talking about it since he could talk. Honestly, he started talking about it before I met.
Has he ever
Danny.
played Overcooked?
He has not. He wants it
that's
though.
it. That's the one.
He wants it though.
That
Did
shit's
I,
hard as fuck.
It is hard.
It's
did I
hard
tell
as
you guys
fuck, dude.
Gremlin 2's like restaurant dream?
No.
So he wants a pizza shop, and in this pizza shop, a slice of pie is 88 cents. While you're waiting on your pizza, you can go get a tattoo included with your price for pizza.
This is very cool.
You did tell us this.
Not only this, I was like, well, what are you going to pay the people that work for you? Because,
She did
that's
tell us
this, you got to think about that. He goes, "I'm going to pay them $88 an hour." And I'm like, what is with the 88?
what is with the 88 kid?
What's with the 88?
I
And-
ain't like I sick on the floor.
And I'm like, well, if you're paying people $88 an hour, I'll show up and work. He goes, "No, mama, you're not going to work." He's like, "You'll get paid, but you won't work. You'll stay at home with dad." And I'm like, "No, honey, I got to come work for you if that's the case." He goes, "Nope, you're my mom. Got to give you money." And I'm like, "Okay."
I'll take it.
This kid's gonna be big.
And then
Yeah.
and then he's like, "And I'm gonna buy you a house, and then I'm gonna buy Charlie a house." And I'm like, "Are you gonna buy your dad a house?" He goes, "No, he bought himself a house."
So smart.
I know.
Why did I ask that stupid question?
But I was playing.
He's rubbed off so much on him.
Yeah,
It's-
for sure.
At this point, that's his child.
That kid is very, very smart.
I mean, both of them.
They
Yeah.
both are. They
Yeah,
both are.
100%. I was playing chess with the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, the kids at school, they don't want to play with me because I beat them all the time, and sometimes I get mad, knock the pieces over, and run off when I'm winning." I was like, I could see
And,
why.
and you know what the best part is? You can just kick him in the face.
He doesn't.
They killed it
that-
today.
that
And that's
kid-
exactly why he needs to train.
That kid doesn't want her to fly.
That's why he needs to train.
He told me, he's like, "I don't even like hitting people at karate because I don't want to hurt anybody."
talk to him.
And I was like, "Baby, they're not going to hold back on you."
Yeah.
I need to give him this talk of, hey, look, do you like helping people around you get better? So the harder
Oh,
you
that's
hit,
so
the
smart.
harder and faster you hit them,
That's good.
it's gonna make them better.
That's
It makes them better.
that's really smart. But
I've been doing
and
this a
Coach
while.
of the
I've
year.
been doing this
Coach
a
of
long
the year
time. I've been doing this a
award.
long time.
and Charlie's smart in his own respect
He's
too.
right,
because
yeah.
He picks up on
He
on
is
different
very
things.
like there mentally. Like he
Yes.
understands what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
He acts like he doesn't, so that
No,
he
he's
doesn't
good.
have to deal with it.
Yeah.
He's very smart
You
that
gotta
way.
put the
He's like
responsibility on him though.
he's like, "I don't want to deal with this, so I'm gonna act like I don't know what's going on." And I'm like, "Oh, you little shit."
We got a buddy that was on the podcast that he's like that a lot. Shout out to Luker. But he's one of those he kind of does this thing where I work with him.
Yeah.
But he does this thing where like he does something shitty on purpose because he knows if he just does it bad, then somebody else will do it.
I don't like that.
And sometimes he does that.
Weaponized incompetence.
Shout out Luger. But no, he does that sometimes. And then like, but if you call him out on it, he'll like acknowledge and be like, "Fuck, I'm doing that."
Okay, I appreciate that.
So it's like a subconscious thing.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
But I think
But,
that's also kind of like the way he grew up. He grew up in a kind of a tough environment.
I think he is smart in a normal kid sense. Is just weird, right? Don't get me wrong.
Do we
Love
need to
my
time step them names?
huh?
Do you want to time step them names?
I'm buzzing, man. I don't know.
Buzzing.
Probably.
I thought about it
Probably.
earlier, and I was trying to think if you said their names or not.
I did.
I
I've
think
been
we-
interchanging.
I think I said it first.
It's
no, I
possible.
did too. I think I said it first, and
Okay.
then you said it. If we don't mind time stamping it.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah.
You can only
But,
see what it looks like on the audio right now.
But Gremlin 2 is weird in the sense of I talked to my dad about it, and I was like, "Hey, is it weird that Gremlin 1 doesn't know what he wants to be. Because Gremlin 2 has like what he wants to do planned out and stuff like that. He goes, no, Gremlin 1 is a normal kid. Simply because
I think so too.
At that age, you wanted to be a Power Ranger. You wanted to be an NFL football player
wanna
for
be a
the
dinosaur.
Baltimore Ravens for some reason. And, all this stuff. The fact that your 8-year-old knows what he wants to do and has a plan and stuff like that
wish
is
I was like that.
weird.
It is a little.
I don't think it's that weird.
I don't know.
It's weird in the sense because I don't know how to handle it other than embracing the fact that he's like, no, there's a value to money. Boy, he lost $5 and he act like he lost his brother.
Yes, because you've been around Danny.
Yeah.
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 Shout out to Danny, dude.
Yeah.
He has instilled to Gremlin 2 that money is something that makes the world go round.
That's true.
Gremlin 2 refers to himself as Mr. Krabs, and I'm like, no.
Dude, that is the best comp.
And
That's the fucking best comp
Yeah.
comparison. That is the fucking best comp.
yeah, and I was like, no, sweetie.
Mr. Krabs.
Gremlin
Tell him
2.
I said to bring me my money.
I was like,
I'm gonna use that on
Mr. Krabs would not buy himself video games every time he has a chance.
Yeah, he
I'm
would.
just saying.
Yes, he would.
No, he would.
He
Gremlin
would.
2 would.
No, because
not Mr. Krabs.
Because he could justify it. Mr. Krabs a justifying motherfucker.
Didn't he fire SpongeBob just to keep a nickel though?
He did do that.
He did do that.
SpongeBob is one of the greatest, probably the greatest cartoon of all time.
I would like to do something silly
Damn.
like that.
It's in that
Cartoon show.
argument.
Damn.
It's not my favorite. I mean, it's in my top.
Do you think
5,
that
10,
you know how
but-
we talk about like Walt Disney, how he did like the fucked up shit,
Yeah.
in the shows?
Weird shit, man.
Is that because he was a person like us that was like, hey, I want to make a cartoon for kids?
All right, so you're saying if we made a cartoon that
We'd be like, hey, let's throw some fucked up subliminal shit in there. The kids will never notice, but the parents would be like, yo, what the fuck? There's a dick right there.
you know what? We would probably do some shit like that.
We would.
Is Walt Disney's really so bad?
The every time there's a clock, it's always 4:20.
Yeah,
Yeah, like something like that. Like,
the Little Mermaid when I think it's the Little Mermaid. She goes
The cover art is like dicks on the castle. And
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
but like
Oh.
Lion King, like the dust is a fucking dick.
Sex.
Yeah,
Sex.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
It's
then
really
there's
fun,
The
though.
priest is dick's growing in that one scene. It's either Little Mermaid or something else. Someone's getting married. I don't think it's the Little Mermaid, but it's something else. But the priest's dick is a little,
Nah, man, that's something else.
and it's just you see it grow.
I thought you were
while they
talking
get
about the
married.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought you were talking about that because that's the only one I could think of with a priest. But then you said someone getting married, and I was like,
Yeah.
no,
was
wait.
never-
There is
I was
a
never really a
scene
Disney
where
guy,
Prince
so-
Eric was getting married to the brunette chick.
That might have been it.
That makes more sense now that I'm saying
That
it
might have
out
been
loud.
it.
Yeah,
Like, is that us? Would that be us in a cartoon?
yeah. Don't
It
deny it
probably
now.
would be. It
But-
Don't
probably
deny
would
it
be.
now.
Yeah. Is that fucked up?
It's fucking hilarious.
I think it's fucked up, but it's a little hilarious.
Well, I mean, you're not showing it
Well, maybe we were just
directly to the
influenced by
kids.
him.
It's jokes that are supposed to go over their head and shit.
They always went over my head. When I
But
was
the
a
thing
kid.
is,
That's
because we
kids.
didn't have the exposure that the kids have now. So like maybe they would like at what age do they start recognizing that? Because it's got to be a lot younger now. Because of TikTok and social media and
Yeah.
internet access, like
Well, it's so weird because you can't get away from the internet. For example, before the kids had their kids' YouTube, where I could like monitor what they can and can't watch and stuff like that. Gremlin
7755. That was the code to the TV. Whenever I was a little kid, figured that one out.
They haven't figured out ours yet. But Gremlin 1 came up behind me while I was like on my PC and stuff like that. And have you heard of Poppy Playtime? So it's a bit like Five Nights at Freddy's, where it's taking like very childish things and turning it into like a horror game and stuff like that. Like Five Nights at Freddy's is supposed to be like a horror version of Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. Poppy Playtime is like this abandoned toy factory or whatever that people go into, and it's like weird toys coming to life and stuff like that. Anyways, there's a character called Huggy Wuggy. ridiculous name, but it's truly
That's what Gabby calls
terrifying.
me.
Does she really?
No.
Okay. But Huggy Wuggy is a truly terrifying character, and Gremlin 1 comes up behind me and he goes, "Oh, that's Huggy Wuggy. How do you know what that is, son?" And he immediately went, "I just guessed his name." No, you didn't.
I just
No,
guessed
you
his
didn't.
name. Lucky guess.
And I looked at him and
I'm
I was like,
genius.
"Do you want to try? Do you want to try that again?" He goes, "Some kid showed me a picture on their Chromebook at school."
That's how you. I guess. I could guess her.
And I was like, "Okay, you do realize that this is inappropriate and you should not know what it is." "I know." "You know that you should not know what Five Nights at Freddy's is." "I know." But the problem is that like they have so many Five Nights at Freddy's t-shirts in the kids section that like the lore behind that game in itself is so crazy.
Yeah, it's a good game.
But I was watching Hellraiser at 5.
I mean, yeah, but like
I'm not saying you should. I don't think
I
that.
think no.
No, I
I'm saying,
know
I'm
you're
saying you
not.
should.
You saying you
I'm
should?
saying you should. Yeah, because like whenever, like you think about the stuff that's like, oh man, I think that's kind of bad, but like a horror movie or whatever, it's like I shouldn't be watching that as a kid. And you feel bad.
yeah.
Should the kid even really have to feel bad because of something he was shown?
Probably not. However,
But then again, you're right though, because like the way we grew up is like to not probably watch that shit or
Well,
not
I
be
mean,
exposed to that shit.
Well, my thing is, I don't want to wake up at the wee hours of the morning because one of the gremlins is like having a nightmare
That's
and
true
stuff
too.
like
That's
that.
fair.
That's
yeah.
true too.
It's because like I had nightmares for a good few years
Oh, I did
after
too. I definitely did.
after it with Tim
Oh
Curry.
god, that was
Oh,
terrifying.
so good.
I like
Hiya, Georgie.
that movie
God.
specifically is the reason why I hate spiders. So genuinely don't want to terrify my children that much.
That's fair.
God, that's yeah.
fair point.
Pennywise, you scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, Chucky got my
Chucky
ass.
was good.
Yeah, because he showed me when I was 6.
Nope.
I was
Can't
6
do
years old. He's
that.
13. He's like, ha.
I was showing the shit I was shown.
Yeah.
I'm like, they did this shit to me. I'm gonna do this shit to you.
Yeah.
It's tradition. Welcome to the family.
I mean, it's like my dad.
Here we are. We're in the same shirt.
I was
Made both of them.
I think
Shout
I,
out Victor Vero.
I think I was about to be a freshman in high school, and my dad was like, "All right, I'm gonna show you these movies." And these specific movies were Fiddler on the Roof, Singing in the Rain, and then after Singing in the Rain is A Clockwork Orange.
Oh god!
Singing in the rain.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Anytime I think of Singing in the Rain, I think of Clockwork Orange. Because
Yeah.
that fucking scene.
Yep.
That fucking scene.
And
Where they
I-
break into the
And
people's
how
house.
old were you?
I was about to be a freshman in high school
That's a good time to watch
because
it.
I
Yeah, that's a
because
good time.
I told my dad I wanted to be in theater. I wanted to be in the
well,
arts because I
Your
was.
dad's
know
onto
what?
that shit. Fuck
That's
yeah.
And my-
legit.
And then my
Shout
dad.
out to dad.
And then my dad goes, "You want to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show?"
Dude, that's a
That's
good
good
movie.
shit. That's a good dad.
But he didn't show me Rocky.
But he shows you a Clockwork Orange instead. Where a guy gets his fucking eyes peeled back.
God.
Oh god, yeah.
And
that
I-
sceneries in that. Oh,
And like, I remember telling you guys that my dad had a diabetic stroke and stuff like that. I remember telling my dad, like, yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't have watched A Clockwork Orange as a freshman in high school. And he goes,
it's a pretty heavy movie.
"Who showed you that movie?" "Daddy, that
You
was
motherfucker.
you. What do you mean?" And he goes, "I had a stroke, Kayla. I cannot tell you."
Oh fuck, man.
And I was like,
How old was I when I was seeing Clockwork Orange?
I was 22.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it like a year ago.
That was kind of like.
It was so fucking good.
It was kind of like that time where it was like when I was going through high school. There was a time where it was like watching those real uncomfortable movies was like the thing.
yeah,
Like Requiem for a Dream.
yeah.
That's Jared Leto, right? And Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah. Like that
Something.
movie. Or
I didn't watch it myself, but I did have friends in high school that watched it and were like, "You don't need to watch it." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay,
But
that's
maybe
all I
you
need."
do.
Like Green
What do you
Inferno, they say is
Oh, yeah.
pretty wild.
But the thing is, it's so ridiculous. I mean, like, I know Green Inferno is a true story. And it's very gory, but
Yeah.
like the core doesn't bother me.
I
It's so
can't-
ridiculous.
If it's a true story, I can't do it.
Or based off
If-
of, you know.
Yeah, or based off of, I can't do it. Like,
Apparently, I know. I think we were talking about this on Rogan's podcast, but one of the guys, I guess the doctor that took them out there, you know what the Green Inferno is based off of,
yes, Danny told me the story.
right? So for the people that don't know, it's and I might have said this on here before, probably have.
I think you did.
But it's based off of like them going to that island where all the cannibal, or they're flying to they're on some vacation. And they fucking the plane went down, and they landed in that island with all the cannibals.
Right.
And apparently the doctor that was on that plane ended up like everybody that went missing. There was like pictures of him like 20 years later on a boat in that island. Still, he's a cannibal. Like how he adapted to the fucking.
oh fuck,
That's like a real picture.
stayed.
Yeah, he stayed. He survived. Yeah, and became a cannibal. And there's a picture of him 20 years later, like on that fucking boat.
Oh, that is so fucking terrifying.
Yeah, no shit. That how like that's like a real thing. Like I mean, it's a conspiracy, but there's a picture that like looks just like the motherfucker. That's crazy.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Mm.
There used
Oh,
to be
God.
a,
God damn.
there used to be a there. You know how you can type in like a Google coordinates and it just shows you a picture. There used to be a coordinates you can type in that showed blood leading from a dock to the lake.
Huh?
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of interesting.
Did you ever watch Mr. Creepypasta?
Mr. Creepypasta. Y'all are throwing out the wildest names sometimes.
Did you ever watch that?
Bits and pieces. I had friends that would listen to it and then like tell me about it the next day.
Mr.
That
Creepypasta.
and so it was like a 2 degrees of it sort of situation.
That's fucking
What's
good
Mr.
shit.
Creepypasta?
It's
Like Jeff the Killer.
yeah,
Enderman, not Enderman.
or
God.
Slenderman.
Slenderman.
I know
thank you.
Slenderman.
So like,
Yeah.
or Mr. Creepypasta was like the voice that would like tell like old creepy wives' tales. Not like wives' tales, but like,
like,
creepy stories, like the
like
Scary stories
internet-
telling the dark shit.
Yeah, but he
cryptids
would
and
tell
shit.
it out like speak it in like in his voice. His tone of voice is super
Right.
fucking good. I think it's perfect for that.
He
but-
also had like this creepy crescendo in the
put,
background
like,
that
the
always puts you on edge and shit. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
yeah, but it was
It was definitely his music. It was definitely his music. in the background.
yeah.
Could have been.
That is one of the. It's been a wild day, and that added to it.
Yeah.
shit.
Speaking of like cryptids and conspiracy theories and shit, are there any conspiracy theories that you guys like really look into or like pay attention to?
Bush did 9/11.
This is a good question. I don't know. They're all fun to talk about though.
Sasquatch and Mothman are real. I don't have any evidence. I just want to believe. I just want to believe.
For
I
me,
appreciate
one
that.
of the first ones that come to my mind is how like America has a lot of Christians, and we talk about like the mark of the beast thing, where
Yeah.
people are going to get tagged or whatever, and you start to see like the chips put in people's bodies, and it's like, is that shit starting to happen? I know this is a super conspiracy theory too, but is that shit really starting to happen? Like you starting to see people starting to get like they're starting to do QR scans, and now like is that going to be a tattoo or something like some shit like that? Seems like that might not be that far away.
Sometimes I wonder if like the Illuminati's legit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like there's people who are like really running it at the
Yeah.
top. You know, and I don't know. That seems like it could
I mean,
possibly
like
be real.
cults definitely seem like it's a lot more prevalent.
Mhm.
I mean, that could be just because I'm getting older and starting to understand how fucked up and manipulative people are. But
Yeah.
No, I was listening. There's a podcast I listen to called Spirits, and basically the premise is that they drink alcohol while they talk about like different mythologies and
Spirits.
cryptozoology and stuff
like
like
it.
that. It's really fun to listen to. Because they like talk about stories of like Greek gods and goddesses, Norse mythology, and all that stuff. They had one episode that I listened to that was specifically about Bigfoot, and it was really
hide
fun.
seek champ.
It was.
I'd see.
It was really fun to listen to, and then they get to a point where there's a story where a guy had like this GoPro, and he met like a tribe of like Bigfoot, and there was like this beating each other's chests, like screaming to like make them run away or whatever. He doesn't want to talk about it. Like it scared him that bad that he doesn't want to talk about it, and they were like, Yeah, the fact that he doesn't want to talk about it gives it some sort of stock for me.
Like,
because,
some sort of like solidity.
Because it terrified him that much. And I found it really interesting because I want someone to talk about it, but I don't think that invalidates the experience. Does that make sense?
The hardest part about that is like, with like how the internet is now, do we really know if people are doing a bit to fucking get famous because they know that'll bring in views, or they just... And
That's
might be
fair.
like, fuck, dude. That's a part of like, it might be a conspiracy theory or not, but like, are people like, who the fuck's in on it and who isn't?
I know. One, I think that I remember watching a documentary on, was Princess Diana's death.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they murdered her.
You was about to say murdered that bitch.
First of all, we don't talk about Princess Diana like that.
That's why I did.
I felt them because whenever he said it, I filled in the blank. Whenever he talks, I fill in the blank in my head as he's talking.
Y'all finish each other's sentences
didn't
quite
but he
frequently.
didn't he didn't fucking fill in the blank that I made. And I was like,
I didn't say it though.
I heard he goes,
Did you say bitch though?
yeah, he said
He wouldn't call Diana.
I'm pretty sure
a
they
bitch.
murdered that her.
I was like, hold up. I had to stop.
You know what? I don't know. It does not feel like that was too much of an accident to be an accident. That didn't make sense. I agree with you. I think she was possibly murdered.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It's too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence.
yeah.
Especially that one dress that she wore after what's his name left her, Charles.
I'm not very familiar. So
I can remember. It's been so long since I watched a documentary, but I remember coming away thinking, "Oh, they did that shit."
She had.
Here we are again talking about shit we don't know about.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, you remember that?" And we're like, "Oh no." She went way farther than us. So.
Yeah.
Well, we had a conversation downstairs, and you were telling me something about the TV, and you were like, "Do you know what I'm talking about?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm just here to
You was like,
support you,
yeah,
my
right.
guy."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yep.
feel like-
Right. And I'm like, do you know anything about this?
Not a
Nope.
clue.
I'm like, I do the same shit all the time.
Well, whenever people are like they're like so passionate about shit and they're talking to me about it, I don't want to like burst their bubble.
yeah.
Let them roll. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, but you do, and I care about you, so I'll let you go.
I used to want to run a comic book shop simply because I wanted to see people talk about their favorite comic book characters. Like, to see the twinkle in somebody's eye when they talk about, like, why they like Black Panther or why they like Wonder Woman and stuff like that. It's really fun to watch people talk about the things that they enjoy.
You remember the old Justice League
Yes.
cartoon? So it's on
Yes.
Netflix now.
Oh, hell yeah,
I've been
dude.
watching it
Dating-
nonstop.
Really?
It's so fucking good.
God, I haven't watched
I can't
it
stop watching
forever,
it, dude.
So on
I
HBO,
watch it every night before bed.
well, it's not HBO Max anymore. Max,
It's Max.
is the Batman Beyond. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
Noel's
that.
been watching that.
Hell yeah, I fuck that shit up every time.
Nice.
It's so good, dude.
Oh
It's
god,
so good.
Danny and I love Batman. Danny's like, I don't really like Batman anymore.
Danny used to love Batman. That used to be his
Yeah,
shit.
but it's mainstream now. He's hit.
Yeah.
No, no, it's more of
Oh,
a.
Danny.
I just thought of how like Batman just like beats up mentally ill people, and I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm like,
He said that?
yeah, and I was like,
There needs to be a book of Danny quotes.
Oh, man.
Con. That's it.
that's our cartoon series. It's just like episodes dedicated to quotes that Danny made.
We gotta make a cartoon. We've got to make a cartoon. You telling me Danny couldn't be a cartoon fucking voice actor?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to run
We have
Danny into
we have
this for
so
sure.
many. That all of our friends could be voice actors.
Every last one.
We'd
of them.
have so much fun.
God,
Dude, we can make this work. We can make this happen.
you know what? We're talking about it enough that I think we should just go ahead
I
and fucking do it.
Make a freaking
This is
cartoon.
the most realistic one I feel like we've come up with.
Yeah.
Now you guys
'Cause
need
it's
to
probably
find
pretty
someone
cheap.
who can at least
Draw
draw.
and shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if you can find someone to draw, we can find
I
someone
mean,
to
Gabby
animate
can
it.
draw pretty good, but I don't know if that she would be interested.
That's a lot of
So
drawing.
that's the problem. Yeah.
What's it called? I don't know, man.
That's why I
Cheers
was-
to that.
that's why-
Cheers. That.
That's why I was laughing earlier. I was like thinking about me telling Gabby about our new idea. She's like, Jesus Christ, you're full of.
I do it all the time. And Heather's like, really? Because I
A
think
fucking cartoon.
I think
really?
that like now she takes all of them serious because I actually put a podcast up here. Like we
that's
actually
true.
put a podcast up here. She's like, okay, that was kind of like a crazy idea that actually he did. And then now I'm worried about
We're
him
still
and
getting
his,
subscribers.
and
We're still
his
going.
other crazy ideas.
It's almost a year.
Yeah.
We're, actually, episode 47. 3 more episodes and it'll be a year.
Damn.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Episode 47. We got 3 more.
Flew by, man.
Wow.
I still have the same passion for it too that I
do.
did
It's
when,
so
when we
fun,
first
man.
started. I love it every time.
Every
guest.
episode's more fun than the last.
It is.
Even whenever I was sober. Even when I was having the sober podcast.
Yeah. Sometimes you need those sober
I
ones.
have one right now.
Your liver needs them. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no shit.
There's supposed to be a new Black Mirror. You ever watch Black Mirror?
I watched one episode and then
The pig one?
Yeah,
You can't start with
That's the
that
first
one.
episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could not do
I
it.
remember
They
whenever that show first came
fucking-
out, the first season came out, and that
was big.
Greek the Freak Tariq.
Nice.
Shout out Tariq. Nobody, he probably doesn't even listen to this, but if
I
you
got
are,
a story
shout
about
out.
him. Dude,
Evil Bob.
he was like, it was just me and him in the chat one night.
Yeah.
And he's like, loves anime and shit. And he was like, you know what hentai is? You ever heard of hentai? And I was like,
Oh god.
And like me, this is like 6, 7 years ago. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like
4 years for sure.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like animated porn or something. I was like, maybe that, but it seems like it's a subgenre inside of anime porn. That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, I'm not sure if it is or if that's that's what animated porn is. And I was like, nah, I don't really know what is it. And he was like, told me what it was. And he's like, do you watch that? I was like, nah, man. I was like, do you? He goes, nah. And I was like,
nah, man, me neither.
that was too specific. And I remember
Nah,
Brian
man,
going,
me neither.
Brian was like, yeah, nah, man, me neither. And Brian goes,
Man, I don't
he
know
watched
who
that shit
would.
all the time, man. What the fuck?
He told me this shit. The shout Greek. That's my fucking dude. His
That's a
name
good
in
dude.
League of Legends was Greek God 500.
Gotcha.
It was just like the random name that fucking came up.
Nice.
Such a cool fucking dude. He lives in Georgia now.
Are you a crazy person if you just take the random name that pops up in video games?
Well, I mean, if it sounds good enough, I don't think so.
Greek God 500 definitely didn't sound good.
My
I don't know,
dad's
that's not the worst.
okay. My dad's name in like the Final Fantasy Online is like Stud Muffin Adonis 420. So I had
Holy
He's just
shit.
trolling, though.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
He's Randy Marsh.
Did he put XX on the end of it? X, capital X. Capital
no,
X,
but I wish
lowercase.
he did.
Yeah.
Because I
Adonis.
joined my
Fucking
dad's
Rocky.
bro. I
Rocky
joined my
Balboa.
I joined my dad's Discord, right? A buddy of his was like trying to get me an online job and stuff like that. And I was like, oh shit, I don't need them to like see my actual name, blah, 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 blah. Because at that point it was Ducky Daddy. And I was like, oh no, if this
With
is like,
two Y's, for those who are wondering.
if this is like a job thing, they don't need to see that name. I don't want to come off as unprofessional. So I changed my name to like Duck Duck Goose or something like that.
It's like Chris
And-
Harris' name.
And
Let's
so
go daddy.
and so
Change it
like
to go daddy.
I joined the Discord and like I'm being
Two eyes.
I'm really polite and stuff like that. This is someone who's known me since I was like 5. And they go, okay. Kayla, you do realize you don't have to be this professional. We're just talking as friends at this point. I was like, yeah, I know, but this is like a job interview, right? And she goes, Kayla, this is your dad's Discord. And I was like, okay.
Right.
All right, so let me change my
Yeah.
name back. Go daddy duck.
And it just, and she goes, no, I can tell you are your father's daughter. And I was like, oh yeah. And then that's when the conversation of Stud Muffin Adonis 420 came.
Oh yeah, nice.
Damn. Yeah, that you remember the episode on South Park where
The World of Warcraft one?
Yes.
Yeah. Because my dad was specifically playing World of Warcraft, like especially when it was like the biggest when that episode came out. And my dad put it on, and he laughed so fucking hard
Do y'all
at it.
remember
He was
the?
like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
he was telling me that he knew people on TeamSpeak that were just like that.
Oh,
and he
fucking
found his-
TeamSpeak.
God,
I forgot about
that was
TeamSpeak.
that was
You had to like pay for a TeamSpeak server too.
I believe so.
It
Yeah.
was so shit, dude.
was it really?
Yeah, like you couldn't just like Discord's free as fuck. Great. TeamSpeak you had to pay for a server.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
talk
got
to
to
your
pay for
friends.
specific things on Discord.
Yeah,
with
but,
Nitro
like,
and shit.
You had to
but-
pay for all the things on.
Yeah, that's
TeamSpeak.
fair.
You just couldn't have TeamSpeak. But do you remember the 10-day free trial on World of Warcraft? Or was it 14 days?
I played
was
it.
14
It was
days.
14 days. Yeah. I always hated on World of Warcraft because growing up I couldn't really afford it.
yeah, exactly.
So I was a RuneScape player. So like
Yeah.
a lot of my friends would like leave RuneScape and start playing World of Warcraft, and it pissed me off. I was like,
Yeah,
fuck,
that's
man, I'm
fair.
losing a friend to like go play World of Warcraft. It was like, fuck. It's like I never really I played it for like 14 days. I did a free trial and then quit.
It
But
was expensive as fuck, dude. It was
Yeah.
like $60 a month at one point.
I was lucky that
Yeah,
my dad was willing to pay for his account, my mom's account, and our account, which was between me, my brother, and sister. But then me, my brother, and sister would argue about
who's playing.
who's playing.
Oh,
and
we
shit.
did that
That
bunch.
shit like crazy.
Then
I hated this motherfucker.
We
I
argued.
used to hate this motherfucker.
We argued about Horde versus Alliance a lot.
Oh, I
right?
forgot about that.
And then, because my sister wanted to play Alliance, but my brother and I wanted to play Horde. And so then
Alliance.
they're like, oh, you can have both types of characters, but they have to be on different servers and stuff like that. And so that solved a lot of problems other than, no, it's my turn to play. First of all, I was born first. I get first privileges.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Older sibling.
Cheers. Cheers to
Hey,
that.
fuck y'all. Fuck you guys. Cheers.
Listen, Gremlin 1 does not understand that as the older sibling, like, he gets certain perks or like
Yeah.
has certain responsibilities.
You paving the way.
I'm
You got to get the perks.
Bro, I'm trying to. He'll be like, I'm just so mad at Gremlin 2 and blah, 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 blah. He keeps coming in my room. Bro, it's your room. Just tell him to get out. You have that freedom.
Yeah.
Tell him to get out. But then Gremlin,
kid.
but then Gremlin 2 is like, get out of my room. And so then they argue about not being able to go into each other's room. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
I used to knock on
I
Sean's door. Hey, what you doing in there?
Oh God.
Then open up like, dang, it smells like sex in here. What have you been doing? He was single. Why does it smell like cum?
Why are all these socks so stiff?
Oh my god, I stepped on a sock and it hurt. What the fuck?
We had a friend.
This one's moving.
We had a friend.
Scrolling.
Oh my God. We have a friend who I'm not gonna say his name, but we had a friend who when he was little, he he's 13 and he was jacking off and would wipe it behind the couch. And when they went to move,
I didn't expect another friend. I did, and I knew.
and then when they went to move, they peeled the paint off the walls.
Because when they
It's
moved, they
stuck.
moved the couch out of the way, and the couch had all the cum stains on the back of it.
y'all lying. Y'all fucking lying.
Nah, the first time he told us this, he didn't tell us as a bit, and we were like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" And then it was just like cackling, and we laughed so hard.
Y'all, I have boys.
I
This
know.
is terrifying. God.
Keep your eye out.
Keep tissues on the nightstand.
Keep tissues all over the house, apparently.
support
Goddamn.
hygiene. It's gonna happen. At least
God
be supportive
damn.
of it and discreetly.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Just be supportive and discreetly.
Well, Danny and I already had a
if
conversation.
they know you place the tissues there for them to jerk off, then it's weird. But if they don't know,
Oh, your mom just likes to cry.
yeah, exactly. And
Your mom watches
they'll
a
be
lot of
and
sad
they'll be
movies.
cleaner. And they'll be cleaner.
Yeah.
Just act like you don't know.
Yeah.
It's actually he's right. Yeah.
Danny and I had a conversation of like, Gremlin 1 is 10. He's getting on up there.
Yeah, I had
he's
puberty at 10.
he's gonna
I had
hit
it really fucking early.
he's gonna hit it soon. And I'm like, no, he's not.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am in denial.
No,
All right.
yeah.
And he's like, well, what are you gonna do when you gotta have to talk? I don't have that plumbing, sir. He's gonna go talk to you.
I got his ass.
Go talk to your father.
Talk to your father. Sins of the father.
Speaking of kids, getting to that age, Gremlin 2 got his first love letter the other day.
Nuh-uh.
Danny called you.
It was pretty
Nuh-uh.
You haven't heard it yet.
That's pretty funny.
So,
Fuck yeah, dude.
Gremlin 2 came home second to last day of school. He goes, I got a letter. And I said, okay, what's the letter? And it's this like folded up notebook paper that has like pink and purple hearts all over it. It has a picture of the girl. I'm not going to say the girl's name just to like keep her privacy
Yeah, that's
and
probably
stuff
a
like
good
that.
thing.
Shout out.
Shout out to the girl.
But
Shout out to the 8-year-old.
to the sweetheart. So this sweetheart features
Shout
a,
out 8-year-olds right now.
features a picture of herself, which I'm pretty sure is like, it was posted in the classroom for like everyone's birthday and stuff like that. And a letter for him that said, I like you a lot. You make my day easier. You always make me feel better. I can't explain how much I like you. And then it's his name and then hearts all around it. And he goes,
Do you like me? Yes, no. Check.
no.
This is
She,
boxes.
she didn't ask. She just wanted to
She
tell
went
him,
all
I
in.
like
That's-
you a lot.
She went all in.
She shot her
Respect.
So
shot.
then he goes, I have to write her a letter. And I was like, okay, this is cute. You know, I'm kind of feeding into it and stuff. And so I'm asking him questions. And he's like, well, so she looks like this. And she has green eyes. And green is my favorite color. And like going off about
Yeah,
her.
right?
And I'm like, oh no, he's down bad. Oh no. And so he's writing this letter to her. And he goes, I love you. And I was like, no.
But the good thing is, like, him being able to tell you that's so mentally healthy.
Yeah,
I don't think I had that at that age.
And I was like,
I had my sister write a letter just like that to Heather when I was in 2nd grade.
wow.
Yeah.
And what'd she do?
I was too pussy to give it to her.
so,
Wow.
Yeah.
so,
And when
And here
sorry.
we are.
Yeah.
and then Gremlin 2.
Damn,
and this
dude.
is where Danny
Cheers to
called
that.
you. But
Cheers to Heather.
Number 7.
cheers
yep.
to Heather. Gremlin 2 writes the letter. He changes it to I like you. And I said, well, first of all, she said I like you, not I love you. Second of all, you're only 8 years old. And the only woman you're supposed to love is your mom. That I said it. All right. You don't need to be telling any other girl I love you. Call it creepy.
Sponge.
Call it creepy. Call it weird. I don't need my 8-year-old telling other.
No, I think that's the
8-year-old
smart move. I
girls.
think it teaches them like
Yes.
that not
What-
that yeah.
How to teach what love is. Because,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well,
He just sees you and dad like mom and dad like each other. They say they love each other.
And
Yeah.
you idolize
That's
that
what love
too.
Yeah.
is, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, and
They see
yeah.
the happiness y'all have between each other, yeah.
and I'm glad he sees that, but I tried to explain.
But
to
also
him,
love is
yeah,
it's very strong.
You are too young to understand what that type of
What was
love
that song?
is.
Hate, Saint Rose. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you.
Yeah,
Who was that, Plain White Tees or some shit?
that was one of those.
it was something like that.
Yeah, one of those
I know exactly. It'll come to me in like the dead of the night. Instead of Khan, I just like yell the band's name.
I'm just gonna wake up out of bed. It's
But
bread jumpsuit apparatus.
So-
It is Plain White.
So
it's Plain White
Gremlin
Tees.
2 writes the letter, and he gets my Polaroid camera, and we get a picture of him to include to give to her. And he's so excited.
He's got his like hair
He's
all
like-
nice. Yeah, he's like flexing, but he's got his karate gi.
His fucking orange belt.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
he goes to school in whatever he's wearing, his favorite hoodie, and a letter in hand. He comes home, and he's sad. And I'm like, sweetheart, what's wrong? I lost the letter. And I was like, oh no. Was she at least there so you could like talk to her and tell her that you appreciate the letter? She wasn't there today. And I was like, aw, buddy, I'm so sorry. And he goes, and I lost my favorite hoodie. And I was like,
damn.
He said, and that's when you give them that lesson. But the best part is we can just buy the hoodie. We can make a new letter.
I know. I told him,
And
I
she'll
was
be
like,
there on Monday.
I was like,
Except she won't because school's
Wasn't
out
it the
now.
last day of school?
it was the last day of school. That's what broke him
Good
so
for him.
hard.
It's good for him.
And
It's good
Bill's
to
carrot-
feel heartbreak at a young age. I
Yeah, so you
think
know how to
And
deal with it
he-
later.
little
he-
little heartbreak,
he's-
innocent heartbreak.
He sat on the couch with me. He's like, "Can I get a new hoodie?" And I said, "Yeah, baby, we'll get you a
Get
new
you a
hoodie.
hoodie,
Don't
yeah.
you worry."
Say only if you make a new letter. But it's for me.
And I was like, "Well, you might see her in your class next year." He goes, "I don't think she's going to be in my class next year. What if she goes to a new school next year?" I was like, "You won't know until next year." And then it's like,
Yeah.
eh.
That was a good impression.
Yeah.
I picture him doing that.
He goes, "Can I just go play Minecraft now?" And I'm like, "Cool, let me comfort your brother right now."
Dude,
guess."
I really, we've already said the name so many
Yeah.
times. I really,
Oh, fuck.
relate.
It's gonna suck to edit these out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
I really relate to the older one because I don't know a lot of. I don't know. I feel like I see a lot of
You've said that a lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
More so, I don't really connect like that. I mean, he's great. You know,
Yeah.
love the kid, but I don't like. He's just way more advanced than I ever was.
I also think that it's the, you're an older brother, so you can kind
There's
of
some of
connect
that.
to
Yeah,
that.
there's some of that.
Whereas Danny is the youngest out of
Youngest.
himself and his siblings and stuff like that. So I think he connects to Gremlin 2 a lot more in that respect. I was the oldest of 3, and
I was the best looking of 2. Could fight the best.
none of y'all look good.
Oh, I didn't say we
Cheers
looked
to
good.
that.
I didn't say we looked
I don't
good.
know what any
I'm
of
just
your
I'm the
siblings
least
look
bad.
like, but
I'm the least bad.
I don't know what any of your siblings look like, but from what I've seen so far, I'm so sorry. That's so mean.
No, ugly. Stop.
But what was my point? No,
Bust
I'm
out the crazy music. Let's just do it.
so. But
Wayne's World.
But I believe you
Garth?
guys told me that you guys have older siblings and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I think you also connect to Gremlin 1 in the sense that he's not only an older sibling, but he's also the middle child and stuff like that. I still have my older son that's like not around as much, and I would probably connect to him more if he was more around and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because like being the oldest out of your siblings sucks. Oh my god. Don't talk. You're the
I can see that.
youngest. You're the youngest.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
You probably had it so good. I don't
Well,
wanna
you
hear
got to
shit.
think, like, when parents have their first child, they're not as financially stable as they are when they have, like, their third.
Well, it's also because the rules are a lot stricter because I believe
Well,
it
also the
comes
parents don't
from
know
a
what the fuck they're doing.
they don't
Yeah,
know
they're
what
a little
they're
more
doing.
strict, they're more cautious. And they're like, oh, this ain't as crazy as it.
Overprotective.
Yeah.
Whereas like it gets to the next kid and they're like, all right, we can let up on certain things. All right.
It's really not that bad, yeah.
And then it goes to the next kid, and it's not that bad
Yeah.
until it gets to the youngest, and then the youngest gets away with
everything.
everything.
So here's the thing. I think if I ever have kids, I'm gonna be that from the beginning.
I think I am, too.
But it's easy to say. But maybe the
But I
parents
mean-
thought that before. But I feel like our parents didn't really like think about having kids. I feel like all of us were accidents.
Oh, I definitely was.
Oh no,
They tell me I'm
my
not,
parents tell
but
me every year
I don't-
that I was an accident.
our parents. Damn, Jesus Christ. Our parents
Just letting
always,
you know.
Our parents always say that you like actually weren't an accident. And it was like if anybody was an accident, it was you saying that about me.
Yeah.
Which I could also see that too because they were a little older.
I mean,
Apparently, Dad was like, "Hey, let's have a kid." Like every day.
but now that I'm married to Danny, I'm like, I want to give you a baby. Like I just have this instinctual thing where I'm like, no, I want to have a baby. And he's like,
snap.
and he's like, nah, I'm good. And then like he reminds me of like certain aspects that we can enjoy with and without the kids and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I'm like, yeah. And then
Danny's with logic. I love this.
he gets me with it every time, and I hate it. As stupid as he is, he's so fucking smart.
He's smart as fuck.
He's
Is.
so
He's very
fucking
logical,
smart.
yeah.
He
He didn't say smart.
No.
there's a
I
difference
gotta-
between
I
that.
gotta-
No, it's just I was waiting on my turn. I had already
Yeah.
said
I gotta piss.
what I was going to say.
But
Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back.
All right.
We'll be back, guys.
So the question I asked Danny, other than would you love me if I was a worm, which by the way, his answer was no. Because and I was like, okay, I need to hear your explanation because you can't just say no because I'm gonna get upset. He goes, okay.
If no, why? Question mark.
Yeah. He goes, I would try to figure out how to turn you back into a human. If I couldn't, I'd let you find a worm worthy of you. And I was like, okay, awesome. I'm happy
Just
with
like,
this answer.
yeah, dude.
I don't know why I'm happy with this answer, but I'm happy with this answer. The next question I asked him was a real setup. Now I'm going to ask you this question. All right.
Oh, no.
You and Heather have been married for how long were you guys together? Before you got married?
7 years.
So you guys were together for 7 years. You've been married for 7 years. Heather unfortunately passes away. You meet someone new. You date them. Hold on. You date them for 7 years. You're married to them for 7 years, and they pass away. When you pass away, are you getting married to Heather, or are you getting married to the new wife? Or are you getting buried next to the new wife?
I'll tell you the answer, and it's going to be the first wife.
Okay.
100%.
Danny.
It's Heather.
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny
But my explanation is, like,
That's got to be the first
the
wife,
second
yeah.
wife, I'm going to always compare her to Heather, and I'm always going to long for her and always miss her.
Right.
And I'll have 14 years or however long or of that versus like
Yeah.
But I was giving you like the same
Oh, yeah.
like time frame with both of them and stuff like that. I asked Danny the same question. He goes, "You bitch," and he sat there and he goes, "Do you really want me to fucking answer this?" And I was like, "You can take your time. That's fine. You can take your time." And I'm like sipping my coffee and shit. I'm enjoying this. I don't think you guys understand. So he goes, "All right, I'll be married between the both of you, so I don't hurt anyone's feelings." And I'm like, it's pretty smart. Pretty
We got a
smart.
3-way gravestone.
One side is going to be me.
The problem is, though, whenever, like, the first wife dies, you're going to have a double gravestone. A lot of people do that, right?
yeah.
No. So apparently it's going to be like 3 single plots right next to each other and
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that
how-
instead of connected.
You got to be lucky for that shit. Like, people just get buried in the cemetery or wherever.
Shit, I was happy with the answer. I'm not going to ask any more questions.
No, I'm trying to ruin it for you. Let me.
Yeah, it's the first wife.
It's got to be the first one. I feel like.
I was hoping he would say the first wife, but you know what? I'm happy with the answer because it's not.
honest.
I'll be
It's real.
I'll be buried next to the second wife. Because if he would have told me that, that would have
bad.
caused a whole ass argument.
What
I
if
would've
you-
been-
What if you were the second wife, though?
I hope I'm not the second wife.
No, but
Goddamn.
what if you were the second wife? Would you be happy with that answer?
I think I would respect where he's coming from because, like,
But you paid your
No.
dues
Would
too.
you be?
I did pay my
If you were
dues,
the
too.
second wife, would you be happy if the second wife was the
hell
answer?
no.
Like
hell
if
no.
I got
No, I wouldn't. I'd be pissed.
I'd be
Fucking
pissed.
pissed. And she's in her right.
I would like to say, oh no, I would like to respect his like answer and stuff like that. Hell no.
Nah, I'll put
I'd
my
be
time
jealous
in.
as fuck.
Same
I'd be
time.
pissed.
You're saying she better.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Is she better than me? That's the whole reason why I'd be
Yeah,
upset if he said he'd
sure.
be buried next to the
Yeah,
second
but
wife.
fuck that hoe.
I don't know who this bitch is, but fuck that hoe.
Yeah,
we did have
exactly, yeah.
we did have a conversation where he was like, you know, if you passed away before me, how long would you want for me to grieve over you before moving on? And I was like, give it about a few months and then like move on. No, seriously, because like I think that if from the afterlife I could somehow see Danny and see him grieving over me for a certain amount of time, I wouldn't want that for him. Like, go out, live your best life.
Man.
Get a big titty goth girlfriend for me and just have fun. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Respect.
That's fair.
And he's like, how long would you grieve over me? And I was like, oh, for like a year. Absolutely.
Danny's a big titty goth girlfriend.
No, he's not. No, he's a gamer boy. He's a
gamer boy.
I said see you later,
boy.
He did.
Sorry. So stupid. Need to get
No,
that Gamer Boy
I-
remix.
But no, I would want him to move on. But I think that I could not move on if he passed away before me. He tries to tell me every day. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna die before you. I was like, please don't say that. Please don't say that.
Damn.
Especially with some things that have happened in the news related to both of you guys' work and stuff like that.
Yeah, seriously.
I could not imagine. Like, do not let me get that phone call that you were at work and something happened.
Ooh, that'd be tough. Yeah, that'd be tough.
I'd be fucking somebody up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I would skip into the rage portion of grief. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Kiss him upside the cranium with the aluminum baseball bat. My name is Bud.
Listen, I would want him to move on and be happy if I passed away first.
Me too.
But if he passed away first, I don't know if I could get over it.
You don't think he'd want the same thing for you?
He probably would, honestly. However, I know myself better than that. I would be fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something you need to work on with yourself.
Maybe. I just love the man.
I get
Now,
it.
I'm sure
I do-
Heather feels the same way.
I do know that, like, if we got divorced, God forbid, he's
Yeah,
not.
right, yeah, for
I'm not
sure.
divorcing
Yeah,
that
worst
man.
case- yeah, worst
Worst
case
case
scenario,
scenario, we get divorced or whatever. I'd take me a few months, but all right. Now, if he died, that's different.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Because you
yeah.
still, because like, I guess it's like
There was so much
the saying
left.
Yeah.
there's so much
So
left,
much left
exactly.
to give, and it was taken from you.
Yeah.
Versus like
It's like
that person just don't love you anymore.
Like John Mayer, me or the thought of me.
Yeah.
Except me is the thought of me.
Yeah.
Am I losing you?
No, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. Yeah.
No. No, it's just an interesting conversation and the trap questions that I ask him from time to time.
Fucking trap questions.
Would you love me as a worm is probably my favorite question to hear people ask their boyfriends.
The
and
answer
stuff.
is no. You're
Hey, which of my friends is
fucking
the
worm.
hottest?
Oh my god.
None
It's
of
Becky.
them. None of them. None of them. They're
Yeah.
all ugly. They're like shit. They're like dudes. Hate dudes.
Oh, I keep seeing this stuff about this Matt Rife.
Dude,
The
he
comedian?
is blown the fuck up.
He's getting big.
Holy
I don't
shit.
think I've heard him.
He's like a stand-up comic. This I think
He
big
does a
guy,
lot of
big
crowd,
on like
he does a lot of
TikTok.
crowd work. Yeah,
Yeah, does
he
crowd-
got
a lot of
massive
crowd work.
from fucking TikTok, dude.
Yeah, and like
If you
he's
show me a picture of
he's
him,
like
I'll probably-
shredded and jacked, chiseled jawline.
He
All
was
the
on,
girls
he was
love him.
on Thug or Wild 'N Out. He's the one that did the fucking. He was like on there trying to hook up with Zendaya. No,
No, not ringing a bell.
no, that's the guy.
I don't know.
And I see people hating on. I see women hating on dudes because dudes are hating on him. It's like it's all over. I don't know.
Theo Vaughn would drag
Oh,
that knife. Accurate, but
Yeah, people comparing. They're like saying Theo Vaughn will whoop his ass and all this shit. I'm
but
like,
Matt Rife's fucking hilarious.
is he? I never
He's
watched
funny
him.
as fuck,
I heard
dude.
he. I've
His
had-
crowd, like, I'm not a fan of his comedy style. It's like all crowd work. Like, I feel like he's not that good of a comedian without the crowd work.
Yeah,
But damn, he's good at crowd work.
I've heard he is. I heard
Like, he really
is good.
fucking like anybody says something. He's like he improvises so fast on those people.
You like stand-up comedy?
Bits and pieces of it. Danny and I watched Joe Coy recently.
Yeah,
and
he was telling me about that.
we had so much
Joe
fun watching Coy.
Joe Cole.
Joe Coy was
He's
so,
funny,
so much
yeah.
fun.
We should go to a show together. A
Yeah,
comedy show.
comedy's
Yeah.
on. Yeah, next time we go to the
I feel like
comedy zone,
live
hit you up.
comedy is so much better
It's so fun. I like it better
because it really
comedy
puts you in
zone.
the. It puts you in the moment. Like, of course,
Yeah.
anything live is gonna be better than like seeing the show on
Yeah.
TV.
Right. Danny's been showing me bits and pieces of Shane Gillis.
But Shane Gillis is so funny.
Listen,
Oh, he's
Shane Gillis
hilarious.
makes certain facial expressions that I'm like, that's just Brian. And Danny's like, no, don't ruin this for me.
Wow. I don't know if that's a compliment or not a compliment.
I
What's
don't
the opposite
know
of a
either, and I'm
compliment?
the one that said it.
Damn, she's not sure. Okay.
I just
Next conversation. Next question.
and then I don't know. No. Ashley something. Her special just came out on YouTube recently. Let me find it real quick. But she's a lesbian comedian that I find hilarious, and she's not like a super woke person. She's the butt of her own jokes most of the time.
Okay.
You know, watch Fortune Feimster. She's the butt of her own jokes.
Yeah, she's
So
great.
funny.
She's great. I like Michelle Wolf too.
Yeah.
Sarah
What's her name?
Silverman.
Sarah Silverman.
She's
yeah.
probably. She's definitely one of my favorite.
Ashley Gavin. That's
I
her
don't think
name.
I know Ashley Gavin.
Ashley Gavin is hilarious. I'll send you guys the special at some point. But
I feel like y'all would like Chris DiStefano.
the name sounds
Danny does. I
familiar.
talked to him about
Chrissy D.
Yeah.
He got the fucking glasses now. He's doing the
You'll
glasses thing.
love Chris Stefano.
Yeah,
He's
Chris
hilarious.
Stefano is funny as fuck.
But and then I don't know her name, but I saw her on Netflix last night. I saw a clip of her. If you know who it is in the comments, let me know, definitely. But it's this Indian lady, and she's like, "Oh, do you think this bindi is real?" And she peels it off, and it's a fucking sticker. And I laughed
In the middle of the fucking show?
in the middle of the fucking show, and I
That's
laughed.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
I laughed so fucking hard.
Fucking red sticker.
And so, like, and I told Danny, and he
That's
was
great.
he's like,
He was telling me about that bit.
yeah, he was like, "Oh no, we have to watch her now." And I was like, "Okay." And then we were talking about, oh God, what's her name? Ali Wong.
Ali Wong's pretty
She's
funny.
Ali
great.
Wong's really
Yeah,
funny.
she's great.
I like her a lot. There's not a lot of like women comedians that I like, but it's specifically because the vaginas end up being the majority of the jokes.
Yeah, I'm the
Like-
same way. I'm
like-
not a fan of that.
Vagina jokes are funny, but like if that's your entire thing, then I don't want
Nikki
to talk.
Glaser is that.
She is, yeah.
And I can't get apart. Like, she has some funny stuff, but like,
She's hit or miss.
fuck, man.
Then
Yeah,
it-
she's hit or miss.
Then again, like, so Ashley Gavin, when you watch her special, I will say that she does have vagina jokes, but she saves it all for the end, and she's like, "Oh no, I waited this long to do the vagina jokes," and then just has
now they
like
let 'em rip.
let
Need to
it
watch
rip.
Michelle
it's funny.
Wolf. You'll love Michelle Wolf.
All right, I'll look in.
Yeah,
I'll
she's
look
good.
into
She's
Michelle
got
Wolf.
one or two stand-ups on Netflix.
Yeah.
She's good.
I will say that dick jokes are funnier than vagina jokes. I said it.
Huh.
Dick jokes are funnier.
I feel that
Why?
way.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
You'd rather hear a joke about a dick than you would a vagina, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but why?
I know.
There's got to be something like to that.
I don't know.
Ugh.
Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's just the evolution of the jokes. I don't know.
It could be. I think it's.
You know,
I don't
'cause
know.
it's
Fart
like,
jokes still hold up
Yeah,
pretty well to
sure.
some people. So
Fart
I mean,
jokes are still holed up.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah. Well, exactly. You know, fart jokes are still going, but like,
Just hold up.
I guess that men, they were, I guess, more comfortable in talking, and like it was more acceptable for men to kind of talk about their dicks.
I guess so.
And then I guess now, I don't know. Maybe it is now, but it hasn't been for a long time. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. Just curious. Good question. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. Get in those comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be like a stigma thing too, or like the way men are perceived and how they're like kind of put themselves down with the dick jokes.
And women
'Cause
aren't funny.
It's always yeah. I mean, really though, that is like could be part of it. Where like most people that watch stand up comedy are
Yeah.
men, and so the reason they don't
Really?
want to see women doing comedy because they don't think they're funny. So when they make vagina
There's some
jokes,
fucking funny
Maybe.
ones out there.
men are
dude.
just fucking horny, and they're like, "Oh, vagina joke, I like it now."
Huh.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
That's such
know.
a Denny answer.
Listen, that man really has rubbed off on this family.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. Like even to Gremlin 1, he's just like, I just want to play video games all day. I don't want to go outside. And now Danny's like, so once a week, if I have off work, we're gonna go and touch grass. And I'm
I
like,
like that.
absolutely, please.
Need
I
some
like that,
balance.
yeah.
Life's all about balance.
Like
Talk about
balance.
it. With everything you do.
What's your balance?
From your attitude to your emotions to everything.
What do you mean by
Balance it.
my balance?
Like just in general, like you have your work and you have your D&D time, but like what balances you like just for yourself or like away from your family, like stuff like that? Because like even though you do have a family, you got like kids and you got
You're still
Danny,
a person.
You still are a person. Yeah, you got to have your balance for yourself.
That's some existential crisis type shit that I don't know if I want to answer right now.
Fair enough.
Getting inebriated when I don't have my children. That's it. That's my balance.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Especially because I started having kids at a young age and stuff like
Right.
that. For me, it was a mentality of, oh, I'm a parent, so I have to hit the grindstone and I cannot stop. And then then the identity of, oh, well, that's not Kayla, that's that child's mom. that's not that child's mom, that's Ducky, you know? So it's having a balance between something like that is, I don't want to say it's non-existent, but it's definitely a balancing act that is, that's really weird to navigate. And I really admire the parents that are like, no, I'm just a person who happens to be a parent and doesn't make it like their entire identity.
Well, I don't know. I think there's definitely beauty and like benefit to both of those. But
Yeah.
what advice do you give to a person that is like on the grind, like constantly on the grind, someone that doesn't have kids? Like, because I know you've definitely noticed something in that, because you still do it now. I mean, you're still working your ass off at a job you have, you know.
Yeah.
And still trying to find balance of raising 2 kids. Like, what is that really like?
Just
being a single person though and trying to be on the grind. So what is that like? Like, what advice could you give to a person like that?
Just find something that keeps you on the grindstone. Like, and it doesn't have to be kids. It could be your cat. It could be your dog. It could be your friends. It could be the freedom that you have. Like, because everything costs money. You want to go to concerts all the time? Make that the reason why you hit the grindstone. You want to live your life like free of work? Hit the grindstone. That's really the only advice I can give. I just know that for myself, my kids were the reason why I hit the grindstone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
It's like find that thing you love.
Yeah, find
the reason you want to fucking do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. That's a really good answer.
And like, I really admire Gen Z in the way that they're like, we gotta hustle, we gotta hustle, we gotta hustle. Especially
we talk about this so much on this podcast. This is spot on.
Yeah, because what is the average age of retirement? Like
55.
55,
No,
60,
Probably 62 and a half is like Social Security, but
60, 65, something like that.
I would say 60 is probably an accurate answer.
No,
I think it's higher.
I admire the fact that Gen Z is like,
Fuck that shit.
Fuck
Why would I
that
waste
shit.
my best years?
That's exactly what it is. Why would I waste my best
is like
years?
from 20 to 40.
Bro, I will also say I admire the Gen Z kids that are like willing to like stand up for themselves in a work environment and stuff like that when they're being treated like shit. Because
They're not traditional at all.
Not traditional at all. And I admire it because it's been so ingrained to me that you don't piss off the boss man because you need that job.
For sure.
But that's not true. They need you more than you need them.
One thing I've noticed as far as where I work in the area it's a company that is so big that they kind of look at people as a number almost. Yeah. And so it's not really the case where they need you more than you need them. Mm-hmm. They don't need you. They can just get someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
that job's been there for
That's fair.
Like,
but the problem
multiple years before, they'll be there multiple years after.
The young people that are coming through now, they have that idea of, I don't have to take this shit. Put up with this. But the problem is, like, a lot of these guys aren't that smart, and they think they're way smarter than they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is like, that fucking just shits on their attitude.
Some people
like, they're not like willing to learn new shit. Like, there's one guy that came through, and he was like super fucking pretentious about shit. Mm-hmm. And so my mentor, I asked him, I was like, was I like that whenever I was a fucking tech scholar? He's like, no. He was like, it wasn't the same way. He's like, you actually give a fuck. Like, you cared. Like, you came in here, you were like, you're trying to learn. Like, you didn't think you knew everything. Yeah. It's like, how the fuck, like, what's the difference in this generation where they're doing that?
I don't know. I've noticed
that's definitely a thing.
Right now. I noticed it, and I think that you got to have balance between that and that, like, with that as well, like being. I think there are some aspects in life you should be traditional with. Yeah, for sure. Like that, yeah, very, very
like work ethic.
Work ethic, yeah, like a lot of good quality things that, like, this generation coming up is they don't have. And I think the reverse of that is like the traditional people like the boomers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boomer.
They don't have a willingness for change. There's no balance there at all either. So it's like there's no willingness for change or like.
I think one of the things I noticed is really like. They have that hustle or the mindset of I don't want to retire at 60. That sucks. But they don't have the ability to work out. Like they don't have the work ethic. Mm-hmm. But they also have the mentality of, well, I can just do this shit myself. Yeah. And you can't have both. No. Or you can't have one without the other. I mean. Yeah. You have to have both. Like, if you just fucking if you want to retire at 30 years old, well, then you got to work your fucking ass off to get there.
Or be born into it, but
Yeah,
God,
right.
Could you imagine?
Nepotism.
Born into money.
No, I couldn't.
No, I could not.
Fuck, dude.
I could dream
wouldn't be
about
the
it
same
all
people.
damn day.
We would not be
No.
the same people at all.
No. We'd be
We wouldn't.
assholes.
Would you trade that?
No. Fuck no.
No.
If you could have came up just fucking rich and
Bro, have you
Have it all
seen
handed to you?
the Reddit posts of like where they're talking about what is the most pretentious shit your rich friends had said and like they didn't understand like the struggles and shit? Like there was one in particular where they were asked why did they bring the same lunch every day?
Oh man.
And I was just like,
Like, it's just you don't. They just can't comprehend.
yeah, they can't comprehend it. And I remember Danny and I had a conversation where, because Danny didn't grow up like rich or anything like that, but
They're pretty well off.
compared to what I remember,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, me too.
And so the song Redbone by Childish Gambino, right? The part of the song where it's like peanut butter, chocolate cake, and Kool-Aid. And I'm like, fuck yeah, do you remember those days, Danny? And he goes, the fuck is peanut butter chocolate cake? And I'm like, do y'all know what peanut butter chocolate cake was?
Yeah.
Okay, so
fuck.
I was about to be very
No,
loud in
I'm
this
shocked you didn't know
conversation.
that.
peanut butter chocolate cake. With
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
and I
Shit was good.
was like, yeah, when you didn't have the money for icing, but you could get peanut butter
Yeah.
pretty cheap, and you just put it on a chocolate cake, and it tastes
And
like
it
a
tastes
Reese's
great.
cup.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, and I'm like,
Wow.
how did that silver spoon taste, babe? And he goes, I didn't have a silver spoon, Kayla. I didn't. Okay, Danny. Okay, honey.
My rich grandparents. I go. Why? I go.
But what's wrong with that? What's wrong with just growing up with rich parents?
There's nothing wrong with it until you're out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Because, like,
And so how do you like obviously as us like you? I'm sure you want your kids to grow up that way.
I want
As far as like you want your kids to grow up and be like, my parents got it fucking covered. Like you don't want them to have to worry about finances.
I don't want my kids to worry about finances, but I want them to understand that you do have to.
and so how do you
work
find
for
that
it.
balance though?
It's so hard to find that balance because you either
Like you create a fucking weak ass kid that just grew up with the soft ass lifestyle, or
Yeah.
you create a kid that grew up hard as shit who fucking suffered his whole life.
Yeah.
Like how do you find the middle ground of that is hard as fuck.
listen. As soon as you find out,
Balance.
let me know because like I would like for my kids to understand where I came from and where my values come from as far as like growing up the way that I did, but I wouldn't wish those hardships on my kids.
I think the biggest thing is transparency. I think
think
being
so,
very
too.
open to your kids, like not hiding the shit that we do, because I feel
Yeah.
like so many kids that, especially like the ones like I'll give like drinking and driving as an example, like the parents that are real strict on the kids, and the kid is like, oh, I don't want to let my parents know that I've been drinking, so I'm just gonna drive home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they get in a
Yeah.
fucking wreck and die or whatever happens,
Yeah.
you know, like the worst case scenario because they were scared to be like, hey, Dad, can you come pick me up? I'm drunk.
Yeah,
Even though they're 17 or whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to happen.
yeah,
Early stages in kids I'm really starting to find out. The older I get, like the little things that I do naturally, that have been embedded in my conscious of like, from my mom or my dad. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the reason why. Like, I love slasher movies and horror movies, and
yeah.
maybe that's what kind of led me. Maybe that led me into like really loving heavy metal. You know, like all this whole
Rob Zombie.
yeah, like all this whole all
Dracula.
started at like watching Halloween at 5 years old. You know, like that stuff
Black Christmas.
really changed who I and kind of molded me into who I am for years.
Oh yeah, parents.
30 years.
Parents definitely mold their
Yeah.
children and stuff like that, and because like I said last time, my dad molded me into the sci-fi and fantasy that I'm into now. Now I'm trying to get my kids into that shit because like I want
Of how
them-
much it impacted you.
how much it impacted me and stuff like
Right.
that. So I'm trying to get them to watch Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff like that. They're not really that interested. Sadly.
You got to get them
However, However,
Rings games.
Gremlin 2 was told by his brother that he looks like Anakin Skywalker in episode 1. And so now Gremlin 2 is like, I want to watch Star Wars. And I'm like, all right,
understandable.
let's go.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool shit.
Now he's going to be heartbroken by episode 3. And I'm excited.
You're excited to see the pain.
I've
I
seen,
turn into this.
I've seen
So-
videos of like parents watching their kids like video them as like the big reveal comes.
Oh.
And the look, it like shows the looks on the kids' faces, and he's just like laughing, you know, because the
got
kids
the
are
high
like, oh my god.
I was on my
I got
PC
the
one.
high ground Anakin.
And they had Lego Harry Potter, and comes bleep. Gremlin 1 comes into the bedroom, and he's like freaking out, and he's like, Gremlin 2 is crying, and I'm like, oh my god, thinking he hurt himself because I could like hear him crying. I go in there, and he's just sobbing and sobbing. And spoiler alert, the books have been out for like fucking years, you guys.
Fuck you guys.
Dumbledore dies, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
sobbing. And this is Lego Harry Potter, so I'm like,
He was crying?
and he was crying.
Really?
Yeah.
I never cried as a kid like that.
And Gremlin 2 cries. Gremlin 2 cries.
You never cried as a kid?
like
Not over movies, probably.
Not over like
probably when you got hurt, but not
yeah,
over movies.
Okay.
Not over
and stuff.
movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
But-
I cry now over movies.
Yeah. But
Way more than I did as a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
well, so spoilers, the Lord of the Rings books have been out for, decades, and the
yeah.
movies have been out for a while. But I was trying to get the kids to watch The Hobbit so they could like develop a relationship
Never
with
watched it.
Gandalf.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
It's been out long enough that
it's fine,
I
it's fine.
don't.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not-
okay.
I'm not upset about it.
But
I'll just watch it and forget. I'll probably forget this.
I wanted them to watch The Hobbit so they could like develop a relationship with Gandalf, and then watch Fellowship of the Ring, and then watch the Balrog like pull Gandalf
that's
down,
the badass part,
and just
dude.
Frodo going, Gandalf, no!
Oh man, 'cause, yeah, that is
Fly,
like
you fools!
yeah.
I
just taking it down into the crevice.
Well, I was told by my
orifice.
dad. I was told by my dad, start off with the Fellowship of the Ring. Don't start with the Hobbit, because he doesn't like the Hobbit movies. And Gremlin 2 just didn't care when Gandalf like
Really?
flew down. He didn't care. He was like, all right, whatever. And I was like,
Oh.
do you not?
Beep. Boop.
Is that a Gremlin 2 impression?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I was like, why are you not sad, buddy? You okay? Are you okay? And he goes, yeah, he's a wizard, so he's going to be fine. And I'm like, this is not the reaction you're supposed to have.
Damn, man, he was
We are going
right.
to condition you until you have the reaction you're supposed to.
He was right.
Because
Let him watch Game of Thrones.
No.
That'll give me
maybe,
man.
maybe.
Oh yeah, but he's
maybe
the main character. He'll be fine.
Maybe the
Yeah,
Sesame
wrong.
Street version of
Yeah.
That's,
Game of
is
Thrones
that,
is so
is that going to
brutal.
be our cartoon?
Oh my god.
What's that?
The Sesame Street
Sesame
version.
Street of Game of
Oh.
Thrones.
Ah.
Where like we have a cartoon, but main characters die off,
There's like a Muppet adjacent.
and teaches kids how to
D&D
deal with
show.
heartbreak early.
Jesus.
Don't get attached to this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really though,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But
anthology cartoon.
That would be cool.
but I remember telling Danny, I was like, I don't know, I don't want them to go through the trauma that I went through, but there's like certain things that I think they need to experience. And being told, oh, he's a wizard, he'll be fine, is not the. I'm proud of him for coming to that realization as someone who loves the series and stuff like that. However, you need to understand.
That's what I miss about the live TV shows. Like a show coming out once a week,
Mm-hmm.
and you're watching it the day it comes out. So like you don't know that the season's going to end or there's another season. Like
Yeah.
if you go binge watch Breaking Bad, you're on season 2. You know he's not going to fucking die in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever you were watching that shit as it came out, you were like, this shit could end at any moment. You didn't know that shit.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're going to get out of it. I just want to see how they get out of it.
Yeah, but, like-
that's basically how I
But the
approach
thing is,
TV
like,
shows.
it wasn't that way then. It was like, I don't know they're going to get out of it, and I want to see if they can.
You ever just like see that a movie might be kind of interesting and just play it and just don't even read anything about it and just see if you can.
That seems like the way to watch a movie.
That's how I think that it is, but it's kind of you're gonna waste a lot of time
Yeah.
on shitty movies.
That's true.
It feels like that should be the way that you watch movies, because that used to be the way that
Right.
people watch movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. However, I have too much anxiety for that.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I have too much anxiety for that. I don't want to waste my time on that shit.
I know.
I'd
I
rather
don't want to waste my
I know.
time on that shit.
I'd rather watch high
Fuck.
schoolers murder each other for the billionth time.
Damn.
No, I highly recommend it, the anime, for adults. I don't recommend teenagers getting into it. There are teenagers into it, and there's some of the cringiest shits on TikTok I've
Is
ever
it cringer
seen.
that shit that he just showed me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Need to watch that. We got to watch that one.
It's bad.
Send it to me.
It's bad. I could only imagine how insufferable I would be if I found it as a teenager.
Oh, I got a person for you to watch. We need a. It's been a good podcast.
Yeah, it has. It's about that time.
What time is it?
1:45, and I gotta
What is
be to
that?
work
Is
in
that
5
math?
hours.
One quarter, 60 minutes, and an hour.
It's been fun, y'all.
It has been fun.
If you're still watching, always like and subscribe.
Oh, for sure. Leave the comments in the comment section for the questions that have been asked.
It's been fun.
been
Ducky
fun.
Daddy, it's always
Cheers,
fun to
y'all.
have
Thanks
you
for
in here.
having me, you guys.
Ducky Daddy. GoDaddy.com. Cheers. See y'all.
Cheers.
Love you guys.